No, not entirely.
Well,
kinda-
do any of us really know where we're going? I mean, we've all never been to this world before, so.
It's supposed to be a mirror
No.
image, so the terrain should be
Yes.
similar enough.
Correct.
Wait, mirror image? So what if it was all backwards then?
I'm pretty sure the pixies would have, the fairies would have told us that. They said
Yeah.
it was a pretty much a mirror image, so
Yeah, the fairies would have helped us,
yeah.
right?
I kind of go over, help
Right.
Torek and help look at the map and see if we can get us back on track.
All right, you both look over the map together. Let's go ahead and just have you both roll survival checks.
Oh my
That's
God,
the way we're
why?
gonna do this health check. We're gonna just have you both
Your
roll.
dice hate you that much?
They do now. It's a 5.
13.
All right. So, Tovrak, you go and reiterate what you've seen on the map and what you guys did. Hernest, you go and you pick up that there was a waterfall that was kind of off to the path a little bit, but you noticed that there was 2 waterfalls, one a little bit further back into the forest, that were, about a good half hour from each other. So with you remembering that, looking at the map, you've deduced that if you continue and if you go and correct your path a little bit back into the forest and then head up north, if you go for about another 30 minutes, you probably cut back in and you would be able to find the inn that you were talking about.
All right. Here it is, Tovrak. See right here on the map? We cut a little bit past here, the waterfall. I kind of think it messed us up, but if we go this direction, we should be fine.
Ah, yes,
Okay.
yes. Perfect. Then that way, then. I hate it here.
Go and you go ahead and continue on. Excellent. You guys continue to go onto your path and follow the directions as such as Ernest suggested. And you guys come across, finally, off in the little distance, the glow of a little house as far as this just off the path. However, where you guys are still at, it is still sunset. So it's enough that you guys can see that there's a glow coming from the house, but not enough to really obscure vision or anything. I'm gonna put that on pause real quick. I'm gonna take a quick bio, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
I grumble about lost bacon.
Right.
Your lost bacon.
Well,
More like.
Rooker, if that's the case, you might want to, when we get to the tavern, maybe want to see what the food options are even like here before we try something like that again, you know?
Yeah, no kidding. For all I
Oh
know,
no, what if they
trees are
don't
made of
eat
bacon.
meat in the Feywilds?
I highly doubt that, but
If they
it
don't
might
eat,
not be the same as what we're used to.
if they don't eat meat in the Feywilds, they gonna learn today.
I mean, that.
Okay, I can't survive in a place like that.
I mean, the dog that helped itself to the piglet didn't seem to
yes.
mind. So I'm
Yeah,
sure
but that's a
there it is. It's probably
dog.
just not what we're used to. So just be prepared, guys.
Yeah, we just gotta know which ones to eat, which ones not to eat. Apparently, pigs you don't eat.
Or at least kill them faster
Yeah.
At least kill
before they
them
start
fast.
screaming.
Or maybe not just stand off and stare.
I know,
Mm,
what
I did give you
guys
warning
go
that things are
breaking its
different
neck,
here.
huh?
What did you want us to do, man? Like we
I'm
both
trying
looked
to
at the
provide
pig.
sustenance for the group, and y'all just stare.
All
Hey, I was trying to save the damn pig,
we were heading to a tavern,
and we were trying to get supplies, and then it
which
turned
we could
into that.
probably get at the tavern.
Yeah, but think of the money we'd save if we were able to pick some form of supplies up. You know what? It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
Because
At the end
if
of
you're
the
gonna
day,
go
we
with
had
that, you just gotta be okay with murder, apparently. All right, come on.
I'm okay with murder.
Yes.
Why? Governments
I
are
could
okay
see
with
that.
murder. There you go.
But actually, now that you guys think about it, it didn't take long for that dog to find us once there was blood.
I mean,
Actually, yeah,
it
that's a
smelled
good
the blood,
point.
yeah.
I mean,
So we might
yeah, but
want to.
how far away was it originally, and how sharp is its nose? Unless it was some kind of patrol dog.
We are in another world, dude. I'm thinking worst case scenario. Probably best not to shoot random things until we know more about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would be
Assume,
wise.
unfortunately, assume the worst. Assume that it like was a forever away and it has like a nose like a shark.
Oh, that sounds terrifying.
Well, the fairies made it out to be terrifying. Apparently, remember the knoll, the hunter, the knoll, had two dogs with him. They called them blink dogs. So, and
Well,
that thing just
it
kind of
definitely blinked.
disappeared, didn't it?
That thing definitely blinking.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's a good chance that no matter what in the Fey world, we could probably talk to everything. Hell, we could probably even talk to these plants. We don't even know it.
Excuse me, Tree? Is that your name?
Hello.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Point proven.
You look down and actually, instead of a tree saying hi to you, it's a flower.
Oh, shit!
Hey, pick me.
Whoa.
What? Why would you
wanna-
want me to pick you?
Pick
Wouldn't
me.
that kill you?
Pick me.
I don't know. I take a step back.
That doesn't make any sense. That would literally cut you off from your food supply and water and everything.
No,
Like, you would die.
Pick me.
Why? Why do you want me to pick you?
I come up, I'm like, all right, I pick
Is
you.
this a trap? You just pick
But
it? You don't know.
You just say,
You
I
just
pick
had a
you.
discussion.
Yeah, I come
of
up to him,
not
I kneel down to it, and I poke him. I'm like, I pick you.
Oh, no, I mean pick me. Pick me up out of the ground.
All right. Are
I
you
don't
sure
want it.
about this?
Please, pick me. Pick me.
Whoa, dude.
I
hold
am
on. You
quite
remember what
not
we
sure
just
about
talked
this.
We don't know how this shit works.
All right.
And you wanna
I take
put
my
these guys
dagger,
on the ground? Oh god.
and
we're doing
I don't just pick him up, but I carve the dirt around him and pick him up with a little bit of dirt underneath him.
Great, now we
Like,
have a
how's
fucking
that? Is
pet
that what-
plant.
You pick him up out of the ground with a little bit of dirt surrounding him. How much dirt?
Oh, you know, like enough to put in my hand.
Enough that his roots wouldn't be exposed, probably.
Correct.
All right, yeah. You go ahead and so let's say you chisel out like let's say like 6 inches by 6 inches.
Sure.
You go and chisel out these, and you go and pick him up. All right, there you go. He just looked down. He looked at you. He's like, "That's not what I meant."
Man.
Well, how about this? Tell me, why do you want me to pick you?
Cause I'm a flower. You want to pick a flower?
Actually, I don't.
Oh,
He looks over to you, Genesis.
do you want to pick a flower?
Yeah, I really feel like I'd be abating, like helping out with suicide right now. So no, I don't want to pick a flower.
He just looks all sad. He's like, "Okay, fine. Put me back in the ground."
I don't know. Wait, hold on. I actually hold him right there. I'm like, no, hold on. No, you gotta tell me. Why did you want to be picked?
He just goes quiet. He just goes. And
Fine.
looks there.
I look at a tree and I try to find a tree branch to set him on the tree branch.
Wait, that's still
Okay.
picking him out of the ground, and then you put him on a tree branch.
Yep.
So, okay. and-
He just goes up into there, and he's just solemn, and he's just like, hmm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's where you live now.
well, yeah, you're picked. You're out of the ground. What's the problem?
I need to
Just-
be out of the ground.
Yeah.
You are
For
out
what?
of the ground. You're
For
on
what
top
reason?
of the
Oh,
branch.
look, there's a giant 6 inch by 6 inch square underneath me. There's no ground. I need to get out of the ground.
I don't know. Enough rain and enough, stuff. The ground will dissolve, and you'll just be on that tree branch. Would that work for you?
I mean, at that point, I'll finally be free. So yeah.
Did we
With
forget
what?
the blink dog?
Hold on. We're right in front of the inn. I think we'll be good. What do you mean by free? What are you?
Forget the blink
Why are you
dog.
trapped?
He goes silent again.
Oh man, you freaking!
Mhm.
I'm about to.
Alright, and
pick-
with that, I am like, "Are you sure you don't want to tell me?" And it's like, I would like to. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell me. I'm like, "Yeah, you sure you don't want to tell me?"
Yeah, pretty sure.
Okay,
I'm
at
about
this
to say,
point,
how
I
do we know
grab the
this guy isn't
flower
like a cursed?
and I
no,
yeet it
no!
up into the air as high as I can.
All right.
and walk away.
Why would you do this? For all we know, he was a cursed being trapped in the earth, and the only thing keeping him there was the ground.
And
We
if
don't
he-
know.
and Genesis, if he was a good being, he would have told us the reason why. Instead of
Thank
being
you.
silent.
See?
The flower
Or-
goes up into the air. As it starts to land, the dirt starts to separate from the flower, and when it lands, there's a much larger thud as the flower dissipates, and there's a large troll in front of you. And he's like, "Oh, my head! All right, I'm out of there."
Called it. Fucking
He goes
called
and he
it.
slaps you both on the shoulder. He's like, "Thanks, guys. I'm off to go fuck up for the fairies," and he runs off.
Son of a bitch!
Hold on. With that, I instantly do lightning lure to drag him back.
How would he react to lightning lure? Let's see. 10. Okay. Roll initiative.
I'm gonna go fuck up some
All of us?
Whoever wants to be involved, I guess. Yeah.
Oh no,
Alright, yeah,
I
I'm
don't.
in.
I don't
I
want to
gotta
be
fuck up this
involved yet
troll. Why not?
because I hate you
Good
guys.
practice.
7.
Oh, initiative, intimidation, investigation. Where the fuck is my initiative again? Yeah.
I look at the troll and say, I set you free. You may not attack the fairies.
I got 15.
He basically looks at you, Rooker, and he's like, "Hey, I appreciate my freedom, but I'm gonna do what I want."
Yeah, Brooker. God damn it.
I'm assuming the
Um,
fairies turned you into the flower.
He goes and so real quick, you're not gonna have a conversation with him because you did
Okay.
attack him.
Yeah. Lightning lure, bring him back. Which does that even hit him? By the way.
Yeah, so you got to roll to hit, but we're
Actually,
doing initiative
he
right
has
now.
he has to do a strength check.
Okay, well, then we'll do a strength check here in a second. Right now, it looks like it's just Rooker and Hernest who rolled initiative.
Come on, Genesis.
You rolled an intelligence check, Genesis.
I did? Oh shit, my bad.
Yeah.
Suspendeo.
Where the fuck are you?
Little box
Hey,
below
where-
proficiency next to your armor class.
I got an 8.
Solid 8. All right.
Solid.
Okay.
God
let's
damn
have him
it!
do
If
his
fucking
little
everybody
strength
else
check
is
here.
doing this shit.
He rolled a fucking 10.
Oh, all of our super great rolls. So
I know, right?
So does a 10 succeed, Ryan?
it does not.
Oh, dope. Okay.
So he will
Grab
be. Yep, he gets grabbed. Let's see here. Due to your lightning lure, strikes a creature of your choice. Then you can see within 15 feet of you. The target must succeed a strength saving throw. Pull the target 10 feet in the straight line towards you, and takes 1d8 lightning damage. And if it is within 5 feet of you, only takes lightning damage if it is within 5 feet of you. So depending on how far away did he get.
Well, he got yeeted up in the air, thrown back down. So I'm gonna say he's not within 5 feet of you.
Okay, so the lightning lure does no damage, but it drags him 10 feet closer to me.
Let's just do this. The impromptu board. Boom.
Yeet.
And we're just gonna grab you. So it was Genesis and Ernest who were actively dealing with it. Rooker had picked him up and yeeted him, started walking away. Leon has been catatonic this episode. Tovrak's watching in the back.
No,
Oh, you
I
got
ended up
Sonic.
rolling initiative because everybody else.
Yeah,
was...
but you weren't actively dealing with the troll.
Yeah, no, I'm not like on the front lines.
So I'm gonna say he was like about here. He walked away about there. So I'm gonna say this is about where our troll buddy is as you go,
Okay.
or he's
then
gonna.
I'm-
Let's say he tried to run away. Maybe he got like 5 feet. So I'll say about here is where you lightning lure him.
Okay, and then with that, he will be literally dragged right back in front of us. It's
5
10
feet, right?
10 feet. If he's
Oh,
within 5 feet of me, he takes.
But you can pull him 10.
But I can pull him 10. Yeah.
Holy shit! Yep. So you go ahead and pull him all the way back. Does it knock him prone or anything, or does it just pull him back?
It doesn't say anything. It doesn't say anything like that. So I guess that's up to our imaginations on
I'm
like
gonna
how we want to
say
play
that
the situation. Like,
If
is
he's-
it like
if it doesn't
Yeah.
say that you got prone, then it's not prone.
okay? So okay, so I guess like it wrapped around him, it dragged him close. He's still on his feet, and
Yeah.
then
So he's still on his feet, and so he's right in front of you, and he's like,
Okay.
"Hey, man! Like, what the fuck?"
I'm like, well, you wanted to go fuck up fairies.
Hell yeah! Fuck fairies!
Is it because they turned you into a flower?
Fuck yeah!
Where were you gonna go?
He's like points like toward the south, and he's like, "To go fuck up fairies."
But that's not where they are.
He looks at you, and he's like, "The fuck?"
Yeah, I point to the east. I'm like, yeah, they went that way.
I say the hunter's down south.
Go ahead and do a deception check.
Okay.
Both of us?
No, just him.
Oh,
16.
I'm sorry to make you all roll initiative because he rolled a 1.
Yeah.
And he looks at you, he looks at everybody else, he knows he's a little bit outmatched here, and he's like, "They went east? I thank you!" He goes and starts running east.
And with that, I'm like, all right. And I turn around and I start heading toward the tavern.
I'm about to say, wouldn't he just figure out it's not there and then go back to where it was?
Well, you know, east is a very big place.
Yeah, but now he's a looming threat for the frickin' fairies here. Like, eventually he'll find them.
I have a feeling this is going to turn into one of our other House of Orcs.
Ha! Fuck you. Hey,
Oh my
to be
God.
perfectly honest, the fairies turn him into a flower. I was able to confirm that, which means the fairies have dealt with him before. So most likely, they could deal with them again. But as the fairies were good to us, I wanted to make sure that I was able to mislead them. So who knows? Maybe the fairy town will be moved in a different location than it was before. So
Likely.
Now he's just come back and he's going to be pissed off at us.
and then we'll just have to try to convince him that, oh, dude, bro, I didn't know. Like, as I said, they moved east. They've been moving a lot. Sorry you couldn't find them. It's a troll, anyways.
It's a troll. What do we care about the troll?
I mean, I don't want to be mean, but this troll is gone, right? He can't hear us talking.
Oh yeah, he took off.
Okay. Who knows? Maybe the trolls are like our trolls in our world. A lot of them, they're not that smart. So
I got to reboot a second, guys. My sound just went to shit.
Oh.
So yeah, I walk in front of the tavern.
Should I wait for descriptions until he comes back?
Probably. But
Probably.
I'm just letting you know that's where I went.
And of course, I have a description, but I wasn't
Kind of
able-
it kind of
Okay.
reminded me of it reminded me of Divinity when you have to deal with the trolls at the bridge.
a little bit.
Yeah. I was like, ah, okay. Well. Yeah, sure, bud. Yeah, whatever you need.
I'll boot up my phone in the meantime.
Oh, you're gonna listen in on your phone?
Yeah.
Okay. So after that little encounter with the troll, you guys start making your way towards this little tavern. From the outside, the tavern is pretty eccentric in design. It looks like a 3 A-frame cabin stacked into a pyramid with a tall observatory tower in the back. Several chimneys rise from the tavern, and soft warm light pours from the windows. A wooden sign hangs on the outside. The Lucky Griffin.
Nice name. Love it.
Yeah, but it's not the one that the fairy told us about, so obviously it's probably under new management.
Well, maybe we could get a new map to the new tavern, or the proper tavern, at this one.
Actually, it's a good idea.
Well, then let's go in and start searching. Knock, knock.
Yeah, we walk in.
All right. Inside, the tavern is decorated similar to a hunting lodge, with unique weapons and pictures of foreign lands ornamenting the walls with parchments written in strange languages. On your left, a large fireplace with blue and gray stone roars with life, surrounded by large red leather chairs. Bookshelves stand on either side of the fireplace, with books from many different lands open for guests to pursue, you assume. To your right, a stage large enough for a 5-man band sits awaiting its next performance. Oil lamps of the wooden tables and 2 large Edison bulb chandeliers glow with warm light throughout the tavern. At the far end of the tavern, a long bar welcomes you with the many glowing bottles behind it. 2 staircases rise on either side of the bar, leading up to the second-story balcony that wraps around the tavern with tables, bookshelves, and reading nooks throughout. Behind the bar, you see yourself a little half-elf, standing about 5 feet. You notice, however, this little elf does not have pointed ears, though they're still kind of there. Clean-shaven, raven black hair, and just passes his shoulders, and dark brown almond eyes that almost look black in low light. He wears black pants with a brown hip bag buckled at his waist, a rugged brown shirt that's rolled up past his forearms, revealing a few tattoos. The black leather gauntlet strapped to one arm and a brown gauntlet with a small potion bottles on the other, and a pair of goggles rest around his neck atop a red handkerchief.
Is it just him
Um,
in here?
Yeah, sorry. As you look around, there are a few other patrons that look to you as you guys immediately come into the bar. You see yourself a large man looking as though he is a ringmaster of a circus who goes and looks at you and gives you a little grin as he goes back to twirling his coins. There's an ominous man sitting in the corner, though not to be too cliche, isn't necessarily smoking a pipe or anything, but is instead just minding his own business. There seem to be a few other people who are a little more similar to you in the sense of that they're adventurers and kind of just staying here for the day. And the other thing of note is, as you are looking around this little place, you see that there's something that is hanging up in the rafters. And as you finally get a little closer look at it, it flies past you, and you see a little griffin hatchling who's running around the tavern. You see him as he's quite friendly and a little mischievous, running around with the guests and going and knocking over drinks and whatnot as he goes and cuddles up to the half-elf behind the bar.
Can I put my hand down and snap my fingers and make a little scritchy motion with my hand?
A what motion?
A what?
A little scritchy motion where you move your fingers in and out, up and down like you're scratching them. Trying to call the griffin over for scritchy.
Oh, like
Oh, that.
okay.
As of right now, he does not respond to that.
Walk deeper into the tavern.
Uh,
And
For the most part, most people tend to ignore you. There's a couple people who kind of make eye contact with you as you're a new face, but for the most part, they kind of keep to their own affairs.
gotcha. Go straight to the elven barkeeper.
As you come up to the bar, he goes and he finishes wiping out a glass and puts it out to the side and looks at you and the rest of your party and says, "Ah, welcome, my friends. Welcome to Quincy's Tavern. How may I help?" But for the most part, they kind of.
Yeah, Quincy, we been on the road for a while, and we were wondering if we can get some food and some information.
If you've come here for food, you'll find no better. May I suggest the dragon biscuits and gravy? There's welcome sight to the day like this. And as far as information, he goes
Dragon?
and- he looks at you. He's like, "It's just not an actual dragon. It's just a name that we give it. It's a little
Well, that
spicy. It
does
has a little bit
sound
of a kick.
good.
Oh, what is it then if it's not dragon?
He laughs and he's like, "A dragon is just what we call it. It's actually a normal biscuits and gravy, so a little homemade biscuit and our gravy, but we add a little bit of spice to it, a little bit of a little spice, a little fire, and that's what gives it the dragon name. It's actually quite
Okay.
exquisite.
Yeah, I'll try that. I'd like an
Yeah.
order of that.
Yeah, me too. Sounds great.
Excellent. And
That's
as far
right.
as he starts laughing, he's like, "All right." He goes and waves his hand up above him, and you start seeing some of the pans and whatnot come to life as they go and they start cooking your order.
What the fuck?
And then
Once
he's
again,
like,
I'm
and then
just-
he looks at you and he says, "As far as information, you'll have to be a little bit more specific. I can get you just about any information you need, but I'll have to know what you need in order to know who to ask."
Okay, first question. Can you get me out of here?
He just laughs and he's like, as much as I would hate for you to leave, as soon as you came, the door's right there."
Okay. I don't think you know.
I'm like, we're actually new to the area, and our map seems to be maybe a little out of date.
He nods and he's like, "Oh, I know."
Oh, you do?
You-
Oh,
you
good.
know?
This make it easier then. Can you update the map for us by chance?
Well, let me take a look at your map.
And how would and a side note, how'd you know?
He just smiles and he's like, "When you've been around as long as I have, you get to know everyone. And I already know that you're not from around here."
Ah,
Okay, glad it was that obvious. Is
Yeah.
it obvious to everybody else?
He goes and nods. He's like, "Probably."
Oh, goody. Oh, so much for the
Anyway, he goes and he
surprising.
takes a look at your map and he like looks at it. He's like, "Your map is on a very large leaf."
in fact, it
yes.
is.
Yes, it is.
You went.
Is this weird to you?
He's like, he laughs. He's like, "You paid my friends over at the ruins a visit, didn't you?"
As long as they're friends.
He goes and like rolls up the leaf and he's like, "Cricket used to come in here quite a few times way back in the day, and he hasn't been around much more as he's a little older." He goes
Ah.
and pulls up behind the counter and he grabs a different parchment and he's like, "This." He goes and puts it on the counter. "I believe is what you're looking for."
Excellent. Take the parchment and I enroll it to check it out.
You unroll it, and it is a a lot more detailed version of the map of what I show here for you guys. When you have the
Oh,
Vestos
jeez.
world map, it's a little bit more detailed. So rather than on my map, I don't go and talk about the trails or maybe like ways to go around places or like, hey, go through here and it'll come out on this side if you're going to go through like a dungeon or something.
Mhm.
He goes and details that information on his map.
Okay. Very good. I guess another thing, if you don't mind, as we're waiting for our food, you said you are familiar where we're from?
He's like, "Ah, now where you're from, that's a different question.
Yeah, but you said you could already tell. We're not
I could
from
tell
here.
that you're not from around here, but I can't tell exactly where you're from."
All
And
right.
he
Well,
like looks you all up and down. He's like, "But if I were to guess, I would say you come from a different plane."
Yeah, have you been to other planes yourself?
Yeah, he goes and laughs. He's like, "I hear stories plenty of times,
Mm,
but
how
I,
about-
I very much keep it to myself here."
gotcha. Well,
you
how about
hear
this
any
then?
stories about how to get back?
As far as getting back, there's only one person I know that can go to and from the material plane at any time.
Is that right? And who is this person?
What would you? Is this the information you seek? Would you like to meet him?
Well, it'd be one of the informations we seek. Yeah. Guys, do you have anything else you want to add?
He goes. He goes and like stopped real quick, and he's like, "Now, real quick. I can tell that you're not from around here, so I know that you probably don't have much to barter with. So here's what I will do. I will go ahead and work it out, bring up my acquaintance, have him meet us here, so therefore you may ask him any questions that you so desire. In return, and he's like, by the way, it's in good faith, if you do this little, he's like, in return, you'll go ahead and do a little favor for me. If you do this favor for me, the map and the food that I prepare for you, and even a night's stay here at the Quincy's Tavern will be on the house, and I will get you your friend, I'll get our friend to meet you.
What is this favor you require?
He goes and like looks around real quick. He's like, "Give me a moment," and he goes and walks away. Is there a second?
I feel like I'm delivering slaves.
What gives you the feeling that he's delivering slaves?
Because I feel like I just found the slave contact guy, and we're freaking follow a bunch of people through a portal. We get led to this town, and this might be the freaking middleman, the handler here.
As you walk by, I look around like, Genesis, dude. We are looking for Torvrak's master.
Yes, and I'm also securing a way home. We have never discussed how to get home.
I mean,
No, you're right. We
That's
kind of
'cause it's so
assumed
far
that
off.
there would be a way home after we helped deal with whatever stupid
Yeah,
shit
we
was happening
assume,
here.
but we don't know. So we might as well have an escape route planned out just in case something else goes wrong.
all right. Well, that seems to be like high level information. If only one person can jump in and out, so we got to be careful because he just said trade, and the fairies did trade. I don't think coin's gonna work around here very well.
No, but we clearly can trade our skills.
At this point, he comes back and he's like, "All
What
right."
skills?
He looks at you and he's like, "Skills."
Yep.
Private conversation. That's all right.
What did you need us to do?
So, here I have a small little map here, and he goes and shows a very small parchment that goes and he kind of like has a little X for like where you're supposed to go and a dotted line, and he shows like this is where like Quincy's Taverns is and blah blah blah. He's like, there's a small little outpost, almost a cave, if you will, that's nearby, and it's home of some vicious little boggles. Since you're not from around here, boggles are these little small humanoid creatures that are mostly mischievous and like to mess with people.
And I'm like,
The-
that's actually what they're called. Oh, I thought you were just giving them like a nickname.
Oh, so like goblins.
No, boggles are actually called. He looks at you weird. He's like, goblins?
Sorry.
I'm familiar with goblins.
Yeah.
No,
right.
he looks at you weird. He's like, I don't know what a goblin is, but
Then why'd
this
you
is
say it?
Because
well, this-
because
I'm
Daniel said
repeating
it.
what your friend said. Your friend, this one, he goes and points at Genesis.
Oh,
said
did Genesis
goblin
just
now.
say goblin?
The
No,
the
I said-
FNG
I
was
said, oh,
speaking
like
out of
goblins.
turn.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll just shut up and continue. Go ahead. Do your thing.
He chuckles and he's like, "All right." So yes, over here there's a little encampment filled with boggles. They sometimes like to come over and cause mischief, and it's a little irritating to say the least. I try my
So
best.
these
to
guys
keep
aren't
well.
much of a real threat. They're more of a nuisance.
Very much so. They're more of a nuisance. He goes and quickly turns around and grabs the cast irons off the tray. He goes and pours a gravy over, and he goes and quickly turns around and got 3 servings of dragon breakfast and gravy, or biscuits and gravy.
Huh,
I
sounds
start
delicious. Let's
inhaling
try
mine
this
like
out.
it was my last meal.
Right.
It's actually quite delicious. The biscuit's actually perfect. The gravy over it is essentially a sausage gravy, but he uses a little bit of like this foreign spice to you, that actually gives it a little bit of a kick, like a little bit of like maybe like a chili powder kick to it.
Woo!
Or how about like a chili flake, kick to it.
Oh, man, that
Guys,
sounds
there
fantastic.
really
actually-
is no
It's-
dragon in there, correct?
There is in fact no dragons in there.
Not that we're
Uh,
worried
May I have a
I-
plate too?
I don't eat my food just yet.
So anyway, the boggles are a little bit of a nuisance, and I would like to get rid of them. Mostly because they come over here, they mess up my tavern a little bit, and they cause anarchy a little bit for my patrons. So if we could by chance remove the issue, then I can go ahead and everything that you see here, plus a nice stay and whatnot, will be free for you, and I will be sure to get you in acquaintance with my contact who knows how to go to and from the material plane.
Oh, that's
Um,
good. But
I
my
finished
question here
chewing.
is- well, anyway, my question is, why are they even attacking you guys or harassing you guys? Do you have something they want, or is it just in their nature?
Ah, it's in the nature of a boggle.
He literally did say that they just cause trouble.
Oh, yeah.
He goes and points at Tovrak. He's like, "This one's listening."
I finish eating and I confirm. So if they stop bothering you, this is free. We get the map and you give us the meeting.
He goes and says, and I assume that when you say stop bothering me, is that you remove them?
Well, that's
Blinks his
actually
eyes
the
a
next
little bit.
question. How do you want us to handle them?
Boggles are just nasty little creatures, and all they do is like mess with people. So if you just remove them, however you see fit, that they do not come back, then I will say that our deed is done.
Okay. And I continue eating.
Alrighty then.
He's like, well, should you need anything else, do not hesitate to ask. There's your map. Here's your servings of food. And I would look forward to your return.
And on the map, it already showed. He already pointed like where we had to go, right?
Pretty much on the map, it shows exactly where you need to go.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Did you guys want to ask him anything else, or?
I mean, if we
We
keep
have
on
a quest. Let's eat and go.
I mean,
I
there's
feel
no
like if
reason
we ask
can't
for
get-
too much, we'll be in debt. I don't think
I
we
feel
wanna
like
be
we
in
are
debt in this
definitely
world.
getting more than we're giving in this transaction.
All right.
No,
with-
we've been given a meeting with a possible means to get home, not an actual way to get home. I feel there will be more bartering with said entity later on, and it
Yeah,
will
so
not be a
There's no
cheap
reason we
fee.
can't double quest or triple quest up, and then have a massive turn-in with massive amounts of loot.
All right. Well,
Or
with that,
have massive
I-
amounts of death.
Well, I guess we're gonna do it anyways because yeah. So with that, I start eating the food that's in front of me as well.
Wonderful.
Good stuff, right?
Did he hear me say that I would want one after my party confirmed that it wasn't dragon?
I did not hear that.
Okay.
Oh, you
Yeah,
walked away,
you go
right?
ahead and you go ahead and convey that, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." He goes and starts making you a plate, and
I feel
in
like
a very
there's-
very quick manner because he had a little bit left over from what he just made. He gets you a plate out for you.
Thank you. Sorry, just in our world, I kind of am a dragon and awkwardly walk away.
And he goes and looks at you, and he like looks over at Leon.
Is that
he's
dragon scale in here?
Like, he goes and looks at you. And he looks at Leon. He's like, "You mean like your friend?"
Yes, but red.
And he goes and shrugs, and he's like, "That's the craziest thing we've seen here."
Ooh, this feels like a Tuesday.
So you guys go ahead and continue to eat your food. I'm assuming that you guys get to a point where it's like, okay, hunky dory, dust off your hands. Do you continue to stay at the tavern, or do you go and head out?
I do not head out. I actually want to. I want to do a bit of. Well, feel it's redundant because we're in the Fey world. But I would like to do an Arcana check on the people around us to kind of get a feel for them.
Okay.
Specifically, if I can, I feel the essence of our party, and I want to see if I can feel other similarness, as almost if like I'm trying to look for like other people that are similar to us, if
Okay.
that's possible. So,
I would like to do an investigation check on the shady
I got
person in the
robbed.
corner.
I got robbed. 8. It was going to be a 16.
All right. You go in, Ryan. You look around the room, and you don't really get much of a sense out of much of any people.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, there's a bunch of other adventurers that are in there, kind of being rowdy. There's the large dude in the top hat who's kind of flicking a coin, but you just purely based on size, you get a pretty good sense. Like, okay, this is guy, not maybe to trifle with. And then you got Edgelord McGee in the fucking corner, who's kind of just keeping to himself. But as far as like if you can get an energy off of someone, if it's like an aura, no, you don't get anything like that.
I don't get anything like that. Okay.
Rob, what were you trying to do?
I want to do an investigation check, dude in the corner, to see if I notice anything that stands out one way or the other.
Okay.
$15.
I'll be honest with you. Besides the initial description that I gave of the Lucky Griffin, there's really not much else to it. There's, various decora of like foreign languages and creatures mounted on the wall. It's very much like a hunting lodge.
No, I wanted to do it on the dude that was sitting in the corner being all shady.
Oh, specifically the dude?
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, he literally just looks like a dude sitting in the corner. He's got some black clothes on, but it looks like he's reading a book and keeping to himself.
I assume because I was scarfing my food down, I'm done before everybody else. So I will clean my plate, slide it back to the barkeep, and wait for my party to finish eating.
Okay.
Oh, dude, Tony Hawk threw out the first pitch at today's Padre game.
Oh.
The Highland game is next week, too. And I'm never gonna get the fucking tartan hat.
Anyway, so you finish your food, and you kind of hang out. Everybody else, I'm assuming, is going to go and finish their food.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kind of eat, kind of look around at stuff as I'm eating.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, so you go ahead and you look around. Same thing. It's very much like a hunting lodge. There's a few foreign creatures that are up on the walls that you don't quite recognize, but there's other things that you do recognize. Things like there's actually a very large ancient dragon head up on the wall. You notice what appears to be like a large minotaur, a smaller version of said minotaur, what appears to be like a large caterpillar, but purple. Actually, you guys fought one of those. It's basically a large purple worm.
Gotcha. What about just the people in it, in this hunting lodge, this tavern? Like, is it normal races that we normally can identify, or are there like some strange people that we just like? That's weird. I've never seen that before.
So the other adventures that are in there are all like Fey variants. So there's predominantly Eladrin that are in there. Eladrin are elves that come from the Fey Wild,
Gotcha.
and typically they are different based on the different seasons. So there will be a spring Eladrin, summer, fall, and winter.
Gotcha.
Amongst the adventurers, you also see some. You would see some pixies, and you might even see. You might even see like a troll
Yeah.
amongst them.
Okay.
The dude who's sitting in the corner, in all intents and purposes, looks probably the most normal out of everyone. And the gentleman in the top hat, he's freakishly large. Like it doesn't, like you could say Goliath maybe, but even for a Goliath, this guy's fucking yoked.
This guy's
Um,
just fucking yoked. Look at his.
Yeah,
coat
but
right
he's
there.
but he's in, like I said, he's in this outfit of like this ring top master, so it has like purple and yellow stripes that go around. He's got himself a little coat, maybe a little too small for him, like he's a little too big for it. But for the most part, he seems to be pretty fascinated with his coin, flipping it and doing things.
Gotcha. So once I'm done with my food, I go up and take my plate to the barkeeper. And as I'm handing it to him, I ask him real quick. I'm like, I'm kind of curious. The guy in the top hat in the corner, what's their deal?
Ah, you must be talking about the old ringmaster over there. So he gets real quiet. He's like, first of all, no
I
one
lean
knows
in to listen to it.
First of all, no one really knows his name. Okay, everybody here just refers to him as the ringmaster. That being said, his god very much tells his story. He's a wandering circus. Now, obviously, you don't see a circus traveling with him, but through magic, he's able to transport it with him. His circus is unlike anything you might have seen before. It's a place of wonder, yet not everything is the way it seems.
Kind of like this entire world, to be honest.
He goes, he kind
Don't
of shrugs.
sugarcoat it.
He kind of shrugs, and he's like, "And to that, you're not wrong."
All right, well, what about the other guy? Out of everyone, he seems to be, I guess, my consideration of most normal looking.
Ah, well, would you like to meet him?
If-
Escanor!
All right. That's
Escanor!
And as he kind of did that, I'm like, alrighty then. And I kind of turned to him, like one arm on the bar, you know, I'm like, are we
Remind
gonna
me,
need
it's
drinks? And
daytime,
I look back
right?
at the
Or
bear,
is this
like, do we need
nighttime?
drinks? Am I gonna need a drink to order some drinks here? Like, what's going on?
Before you freak out, Daniel, no, not 7 deadly sins.
Damn it. I was gonna be like,
No.
yes! We got the OG with us!
Yeah, no. So he goes and says, "Escanor, come and meet someone." And the shadowy figure gets up from its book. He puts down his head, or puts down his hood, excuse me. And you see that you have a fairly young-looking elf. I would probably say for this elf, he's probably around 50, which would put him at like maybe late teens, early 20s.
Gotcha.
But you can tell that he's been around the block, as he's got this large scar going across his face. Eye patch over one. The scar actually upturls his lip a little bit. But otherwise, he looks perfectly normal. He's got pointed ears, short red hair, and he's like, "Yes, Quincy, who might these people be?"
I just wait for Quincy to introduce me, pretty much.
Quincy laughs. He's like, "I actually haven't had your name yet, sir."
My apologies. My name is Ernest.
Ernest, welcome to Quincy's. Escanor goes and hold his hand out to you.
I take it and I shake it.
Yeah, he shakes and he's like, "Welcome to Quincy's."
Thank you, Escanor. I was just I was talking to oh my god, I forgot his name already. Quincy, yeah. I was talking to Quincy here, and he pointed out that you were an adventurer or something?
Ah. He's like, he looked over at Quincy. He's like, "Is that what he told you?" And Quincy's like, I haven't. He's like, "I haven't told them anything, actually." Escanor laughs. He's like, I take residence here. I am what you might call an adventurer for hire. So if you ever go and you find yourself in an adventure and you feel like you might need an extra set of hands, I'm there for you.
Ah, well, you know what? That's great. Because we are actually going to head out and do some stuff ourselves. So this is really good to know. So you're familiar with the area, I can pick your brain if needed.
He goes and laughs. He's like, I could probably answer a few questions, yes.
Awesome. I'm actually kind of curious. Um, now that I think about it, if I did and you said for hire, what do I pay? What would I pay for to have your services? Actually,
He says, well, that ultimately depends on what we're doing.
fair
For the
enough.
most part, I would go and say pot of the treasure and first pick.
That sounds about right. That's standard merc. Would mercenary be all right? A good term for you? Is that all right, or do you prefer venture
Um,
for hire?
I would prefer venture for hire. See, a mercenary makes it feel like that there's certain things I would do regardless of whatever.
Well,
Adventure hire lets you know that I have some morals still, if that makes sense.
it does actually, and that's good to know. Back from where I'm from, I knew a couple people, and they were a lot like you, and so this is good to see that there are more out here.
He goes and looks at you. He's like, where you're from? Where
Yeah,
might that be?
where do you think?
Well, he's like, he looks you up and down. And he's like, you're very inquisitive about the place. I've overheard you talking to Quincy, looking for information about where to go, how to do things. I would say you're from a different plane.
You'd be correct.
He looks you over and down. He's like, you're from the material plane, are you not?
And how would you know that?
He puts his drink down that he had down solemnly. He thinks about it. He's like, tell me, have you ever gone south of Bethlos? Specifically, I'm talking about the southern regions.
Are you out of thing? Are we talking outside of actually the world that you have drawn for us?
Yeah, so I
Okay.
realized south of Bethlos. That was wrong wording
Yeah.
on my part. Apologies.
No.
He's talking about, have you been to the southern regions of Bethlos?
Yes.
And which he's the first person to ask you about Bethlos.
Yes. In fact, kind of interesting that you know the name. I kind of pat on the shoulder. I'm like, this is good.
He smiles and he's like, have you seen the guild recently?
Meow.
I used to work there. Yes.
Oh, and have you? Is the guild master still about?
I don't know how to put this. He had to relocate, unfortunately.
He puts a hand on your shoulder and he's like, your hesitation's all I needed.
Yeah.
He's
we can get into details later if you like, but
he's like, this
know
is
that
sad,
he's all right though.
He's like, this is sad, but I once used to be an adventurer at the guild.
Did you take an arrow to the knee?
God damn it, Daniel.
So
You knew that joke was coming.
I'm like, this is great. So even more, I'm really glad I got to meet you, Escanor. If you need anything from me as well, since we know the same people and from the same area potentially, let me know.
Yeah, he nods and he's like, for the most part, I've come to grips with being here, but it would be nice just to catch up and see how things are.
Well, if you're looking, if we find something interesting about, hopping realms, I'll keep you informed.
He shakes his head. He's like, that's not necessary.
Are you sure?
He's like, I've made my bed. I'm happy here. Quincy's given me a home, and I've made a great living here. I just was curious to know how everybody's doing.
Gotcha. Well, I'll keep you informed, Eskimore. But right now, me and the crew, we gotta go deal with some buggers. I look at Quincy, buggers.
Quincy laughs and says, "Boggles."
Boggles, yeah, those things.
Escador laughs and he's like, "Oh, boggles. That's." He's like, "You gave it to these guys?" He's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Okay."
But once again, I put on my hand to say it was nice to meet you, and I'll see you around.
All right. He goes and shakes your hand and bids you adieu. He goes back to his table and starts reading his book.
Gotcha. With that, I join
Now
Rooker
it's like
wherever he's standing.
before you walk away, Quincy actually grabs you. He's like, "Now I hope that little meeting there helps you understand that you're not in a unfriendly place.
It does.
It's like you're in good place here, and now it's like we're friends to all. We welcome everyone. Not everybody is such, but we've never turned anyone down here at Quincy's."
I appreciate that, Quincy, and I'll keep that in mind. And I nod to him, smile, walk away to go join Rooker.
Okay. Can I ask Quincy if he knows anything about a talking pig?
He looks at you and he's like, "Did you encounter a pig that talked?"
We heard one in the woods, and then we believe we came upon a blink dog, and the pig was no more.
He's like, he just nods solemnly. He's like, "That was probably some very strong polymorph magic casted on someone. However, he's like, that's not something unheard of in these parts." He's like, fairies and trolls and stuff with their magic. Rather than going into a fair fight, they like to go and he's like weaken their enemies first, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
The blink dog,
I nudge
he-
Rooker, shrinking and whatnot.
he thinks about it. He's like, the blink dog is curious. So it's like, there are wild blink dogs in the area, but you should be careful. Blink dogs are usually the site of someone known as the hunter.
I mean,
Yes.
I guess I'm still
We
standing
were,
too.
we
I'm
were
like,
made
yes,
aware.
we are aware of that, and thank you for the rewarning.
Yeah, he goes and looks at you, Rooker, and looks at you, Hernus. He's like, "Well, even if you've already heard it, I'm gonna reiterate it. If you see a blink dog, it could just be a wild one, which would be lucky. If it's not a wild one, and it belongs to the hunter, you should run immediately."
With that, I don't even say anything. I just shake my head and just
I will nod.
continue onward.
Okay. He goes and like pat you a couple times on the hands. He's like, "Be safe out there."
And we will start heading for the door.
Yes.
Excellent. You start heading for the door. I'm assuming everybody starts heading for the door.
Yep.
We'll hand the
So-
map to our fearless guide, Kovrak.
Tovrak, go ahead and make a survival check for me.
Oh, look, I have to ruin things again. 13.
13. Nah, that's fine. You go ahead and look at the map, and you can see that it appears that it's pretty straightforward. He goes and navigates you straight out of the inn, has you go directly northeast, and he has this tree, and he drew a little picture of this tree that's very unique. Once you get to the tree, you're going to go and change it to a directly west heading, where he has a picture of a waterfall with an X next to it.
I go that way.
Excellent. You go ahead and you start navigating your party through the woods. With the 13, we'll say you get easily to the tree. The tree is a very large tree in this grand clearing. Unlike most of the trees where the trees are blue or are purple hued with the bark and blue leaves, This one is a little bit more reminiscent to ones that you're used to with brown bark and green trees, or green leaves, excuse me. However, this one is incredibly grand, very large. And once you get to this, you go and figure out which direction is west. And would you like to inspect the tree or continue to move on?
I do want to inspect the tree because it's different.
Okay, go ahead and make a nature check for me.
21.
You can tell quite clearly that this tree is definitely not a normal tree. Upon like inspecting it and whatnot, it feels like a normal tree, but there's a warmth to it. It's almost as if like energy is coming out from this tree.
Energy. Can I do an arcana
Can I
check
hug
on
the
it?
tree and say, Willow?
Yeah, you go ahead and hug the tree and say willow, and nothing happens.
Can I do an arcana check on it?
Absolutely, you can make an arcana check.
Dude, this dice is gonna get yeeted if you let me play with real dice. I got a 3.
Okay, yeah, with a 3, I mean, you don't learn anything else from that.
You
course
don't
I
learn
don't.
anything.
hate
Could I
this game.
also do an Arcana check on the tree?
I mean, if everybody just wants to do an arcana check on the tree, sure, why not?
Yeah, I'll do that here in a second.
17.
$14.
Stupid dice. 12.
Stupid dice.
I'm glad somebody else is suffering.
17, 14, 12. And,
Well, misery loves company, right?
and then our Leon's catatonic.
Yeah, he's just
We're just kind of
here.
dragging his carcass around with us.
Yeah, he's kind of like walking around and he's just like nodding. No. He's walking around, but he's still doing his little like, whew, whew,
Blowing
with
his
the
little
frost breath,
frost rings.
blowing his little frost breath everywhere he goes. Whew, whew. Yeah. So you guys all do an Arcana check. Furnace Genesis, you guys definitely get some kind of magical energy coming off of this. But can't really pinpoint exactly what. Rooker, you actually start going deeper into this tree and you get a very deep magic resonating from it. And so much so that you actually start picking up that magic is actually pouring out from the tree and actually spreads out to the rest of the forest. So with that, you deduce that this tree is probably the lifeblood of the forest.
I will convey this to my party, so they are as informed as I am.
Consider
Jesus,
yourself
that
conveyed.
is so trippy.
Oh, so maybe this tree is the way that we get out of here whenever we're done.
Well, it could be true. Maybe we can somehow use its magic to get home.
I wonder if it's the center of the forest too.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, can we use it like the Avatar?
Yeah, to like plug our hair into it or some shit.
Our hair? What?
Yeah.
No, Airbender, bro.
You went with
Oh,
blue
that
punches.
avatar. I was
Wrong
thinking-
avatar.
Yeah, wrong avatar right there. I was like, what?
I mean,
Man, I never make references to that movie. Like,
That's literally called Blue People.
Just change the title
I
to
don't understand
Blue
why
People.
everybody hates on that movie so much. I love that.
I don't hate it. It's a fantastic and great
Yeah, I
movie.
know, it's a
but
great movie.
Something
I'm
better
gonna
holds the
quote
title of
something-
Avatar.
Yeah.
Just
But
change the
Avatar:
title.
The Last Airbender is
So
pretty
Avatar.
that's better.
By the way, they're gonna take
Yeah,
it off
right.
of Netflix here really soon if you haven't done your annual rewatching. Because it is
I'll
law that
probably
every time you
re-binge
see it
that thing
active
at
on
least 3
Netflix,
times
you
in
must
my life.
rewatch it.
This is law. This is
Every
law.
time I think of Avatar: The Last Airbender, I think of the 7-year-old cartoon. that
Good.
7-year-olds
That is
watch.
fantastic.
You're damn right. I
No.
watched 7-year-olds. I also watched when I was 17. I also watched
I was
it,
watching when we were in
7
our
months
20s.
ago. So...
And we,
I was
I
about
watched
to
it
say,
when I'm
how
in
old
my
are you, Red?
30s. We're
What
in
are you,
our 30s and we're still watching it. So what's your
31?
point?
I'm like,
I'll be 32.
yeah, he's 31. He watched it.
Yeah,
Because it's still that
no, I'll pass.
good.
it's amazing.
I'll pass.
It's
Oh
dude,
man, it's good shit.
It's so good.
It's got great character
But
development.
then again,
great
I have a
storytelling.
feeling Rob here doesn't care for the animated shows in general.
I will tell you right
So-
now, this, even though it's animated, it's more than worth the watch.
Yeah.
Like, I will guarantee you, in like, probably at this point, there's going to be kids who are going to be comparing, like, Avatar: The Last Airbender to, like, what the fuck, you haven't watched that, in the same way that we were saying, what the fuck, you haven't watched that, to, like, Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Could be.
Yeah.
I only
Like,
ever watched
it's
TV series. I don't know which one you guys are talking. Or maybe
Avatar:
it was the
The Last
movie.
Airbender. It's the cartoon show.
The movie.
No, from
No,
No,
there
no,
is no
there
There is
movie.
no
that-
movie in Bossing
It
Say.
does not
Yeah.
exist. Yeah, there is no Airbender movie in Bossing Say.
God damn, you want to watch a party turn on itself?
Yeah,
Spring
there
up
you
that
go.
piece of
Yeah.
shit.
I mean,
That
real
fucking
quick, before
movie.
we get back to the game, I also got HBO Max, so I'm gonna start rewatching the Teen Titans.
Oh,
Ah. Ah.
Hey, you know what
Yeah.
we're talking about.
all right. So anyway, you guys go ahead. Let's get back in the game. here. So you guys go ahead. You learn this about the tree. What do you do?
I tell Tovrak to make a note of it on the map,
And
and let's continue on.
no, we need to airbender that shit.
I
Dude,
mean-
what Aaron did to the freaking swamp
What-
tree.
Can
That's
I
the,
put a finger over Genesis' mouth and go shh?
Stop doing that!
Stop
Wasn't
talking
this
out
also
of
a
10.
checkpoint? A checkpoint? Like, aren't we getting close to what the critters that they want us to take care of?
Yes, it's this way, and I keep going on the route.
Wonderful. So, one more time, make me do. Go ahead and do another survival check.
21.
Excellent. Not a problem for you. So yeah, you go ahead and you continue to walk through. You continue to walk your path. This time you're like certain of it. It's like there's no way you're fucking this up. And sure enough, the tree's clear, and you find yourself a little river that cuts into the mountainside with a large waterfall and a little rowboat that's out in front. Boop. Can everybody see that?
Yes.
Okay.
God, stop moving it.
Oh, so we're up top of the waterfall.
So currently, well, this would be pretty much the same ground, because there's over here, there's another little waterfall that falls down. But yes, you guys, not Rooker, not this guy, get another. Yes, but you guys go ahead. Let's see, tour guide up in front. We'll say you guys bring in the rear. We'll go with that. So yes, you guys go ahead and come across, and you find the waterfall in front, and you deduce this is probably where Quincy has sent you to go to. In front of you, you see a small little makeshift raft. It's not the best thing, but it doesn't look like that this raft is really designed to go anywhere, as there's rocks literally to the right of it that would surely fuck it up. So you guys deduce that it's probably meant to go into the waterfall.
So the water's flowing this way.
Indeed.
Can we see the bottom of the lake here?
Yes.
The river? How
Yes,
deep is it?
It's if you jumped into there, you would probably be close to chest high for most of you. Some of the taller people might be more around like belly button waist deep.
I jump in and start walking towards the waterfall.
Okay. If you choose to go that route, you will have to make a strength check to make sure that you can go and resist the current.
Okay. Can I tell? Is the current moving that fast that I can see it?
Yes. You can
Then
absolutely see that the current is moving fast enough, and you could potentially get swept away if you misplaced your feet.
Okay. And I will wait to jump in.
I get in the raft.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna use the raft.
Yeah, I'll get in the raft as well.
Okay. You guys start jumping onto the raft. Despite the fact that it's like kind of shitty, it's honestly supporting your guys' weight very well.
I will cautiously step onto said raft.
Okay.
Do we have
So-
a pole or anything that we can push ourselves with?
You guys all jump onto the raft. And Leon is on shore. And he's gonna make a perception check. Cool, he succeeds. Leon sees that you guys, if another person were to jump on this raft, that it would probably start to sink. So he goes and he's gonna go and elect to try and walk it.
Well, he's a big ass
Basically-
dragonborn now, so.
Well, yeah, he's a big ass dragonborn. So what he's gonna try and do is you guys are gonna go and be on the raft, and he's gonna kind of cling onto the raft and help push. While also trying to, if he does lose his footing, he's going to go and be able to hold on to the raft so he doesn't get swept away.
Do we have a pole or anything to push said raft upstream?
Um,
Because I have a feeling it's going to take
Yeah.
several.
yeah, I'll say that there's a couple poles.
Can we look around for a couple more poles so we each have one?
I'll say there's 2. Now, if you go into the woods nearby, you can maybe find a few more sticks that might work.
I would like to do this.
Cool. Survival check.
$18.
You go and you look through the woods for maybe a couple minutes. You find some that might work, and you go and you check them there for their strength. They immediately snap, and you're like, that won't work. But after a few minutes, you do actually find 2 more large branches that are sturdy enough that you are confident that these will work well for your purposes.
Come back and hand out another pole to somebody else so that all 4 of us have a pole.
Excellent.
Row.
No, because what I'm thinking is it's going to take 2 of us to, one on each side, to hold said raft, and then 2 to push, and then, we'll kind of walk it like legs. So we're helping Leon push who's on the ground as well. That way we've always got 2 poles holding the raft in place.
I
I
just
will
kinda sit
convey
down.
this idea to my companion.
I say that's a good idea, and I just kind of sit in the center holding the pole. And I will be right back.
Okay. As he sits
So
in the
useful.
center.
Such brave leader.
Oh, he's the unofficial leader. I was not aware.
Honestly, no, they didn't elect him or anything. He just kind of
Talks the most.
talks the most and kind of takes initiative the most.
Yeah, I got it.
he
I just
just
thought it was kind of funny.
Mark's
Mark's what?
making us all fit in the squares.
Yeah, I am.
So we can be perfectly symmetrical.
So are we gonna start rowing?
Yes. I shall help row then. As our leader is away in his mind.
Um, So we're not gonna. I'm just gonna have everybody do strength checks for me.
Okay.
Oh,
Strength check.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
This is not going to end well.
Oh, right. I don't have my usual buffness.
got a 3. Doing great.
Oh, disgusting.
You roll a strength save, Daniel.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, reroll that.
17. All right. I'm loving it.
Still
Actually,
disgusting.
16.
So we
Got a 3, man. We got noodle arms.
I don't want to roll for Ryan. I will roll for Leon.
Leon in the back.
Well, he's got to do a couple actually. So his first roll is going to be for the group.
Why are you quiet all of a sudden?
Why am I quiet all of a sudden?
I don't know.
Yeah, like this is the ominous voice of God.
Am I still quiet?
No, you're better
No,
now.
you're fine to
No.
me.
Interesting.
When do we get more free dice on D&D Beyond?
Never.
Leon was a fucking Chad and rolled a 19 to assist. Let's see what he rolled. Oh fuck! All right,
I'm back.
make a strength check.
Strength check. What happened? Why?
We're trying to move.
You guys are shoving off.
Oh yeah, I'm not helping.
What do you mean you're not helping?
I mean, I have a -1 to my strength check.
So do I. I kicked.
Dude, so did I, and I
Ryan-
rolled.
I kick Ernest into the fucking river if he's not gonna help.
If he tries to kick me, I'm gonna try to dodge it.
Dude, we're
Alright.
literally all a bunch of
I'm
gonna
new
try to
queens,
dodge
like,
it.
Oh my
roll.
god! Come on.
Just roll the dice, you fool.
I mean, I sit my happy ass in the middle of the raft. I'm like, oh, that's great, guys.
All right, well, all right. So my noodle arms give everything they have just to move the boat by rowing it like, How far do I get?
You guys go ahead and shove off. You go a little bit of a distance. You're making pretty good time. And you get to about, I'm going to use Leon. I'm going to say you guys get to about here. And Leon actually slips and just holds onto the boat. And because he's not having his strength to go and push onto the boat, you guys are now starting to go down river a little bit.
Do we need to re-roll to try and save it?
Can I embed my pole into the ground at this point? Try and catch us
Where are we
Yeah.
supposed to go, anyways?
Into the waterfall.
Oh,
Yeah, so you can go ahead and try and embed your poles to go and save. I guess we'll
Roll
just make
another
another
strength check?
strength check, yeah.
I got a 10 that time.
And let's see.
Come
got
on,
a
give me
15.
some. Yes, I got 16.
yeah, I got a 3, guys. Like, come on. What do you want?
Dude, that was my last.
Come
roll.
on. I have a -1 to strength too, Ryan.
I mean, all right. Why did we all pick noodle arm characters?
Because
There's a
we had
reason
to
why I
be
got pulls
different.
for all of us because some of us were gonna fail this miserably.
All
It
right.
doesn't mean we don't have to participate.
Excellent. With that effort, Leon actually does struggle to stay onto the boat, but he's still able to go and kick off of some rocks. And you guys embedding your poles end up making this thing stop. So you guys are successfully stopped, and I'm going to say that with that check, you guys are also able to shove off and get past the worst of the current. So you do not have to make any more strength checks as you go and you kind of navigate more into the waterfall.
Whee!
You guys go and shove off into the waterfall. I'm not going to make you roll saves to go and see if you get swept away or not. It is abrasive. It doesn't do any damage though. And you guys go through the waterfall and find that there's this small little tunnel leading into what appears to be a cavern.
All right. How dark is it?
It's pretty dark. Like, considering that outside it's sunset, like it's pretty consistently sunset. In here, it's incredibly dark. There is some illumination being done with the mushrooms nearby that are in this cave. but not really well enough to be able to see everything going on in this cave.
All right. So with that, I'm like, hold on, everyone. Let me shed some light. And I snap my fingers and I cast dancing lights, which you're familiar with that one, right?
I'm familiar with dancing lights.
Yeah. So I make some bunch of little lights dancing around, and I spread them around so we can see better.
You go ahead and you start throwing little dancing lights all around the cavern, and as you do, you realize that coming up in front of you, the water gives way to this oil, like like grossness. It's almost like a tar pit that's in front of you. And as the lights dance around, you see the glint of little eyes in the corners that catch the light's glow. That are all around this little cavern.
Okay.
We
Is
probably
there
shouldn't
any
have done that. Now
place
they know we're here.
I mean, I think it's better than stumbling in the dark, wouldn't you say?
I have dark vision.
Yeah, not all of us do,
I'm not a
sweetheart.
dragon anymore. I can see things.
Yeah, well, I don't, so I need
I want to do
see.
a perception check with my seeing of things.
On what?
This cavern that we're in now. I want to just look around because I can with dark vision
Okay.
instead of giving away that we're here.
I mean, if a creature lives in a cave like this, trust me, they saw us before we saw them.
Yeah, they saw us. He's like, I'm pretty sure they already know we're all here.
I
Yeah.
fucking hate this dice. I got a 10 again.
All right. You got your little raft keeps pushing forward until it hits the little tar pit and the raft comes to a stop. At this point, Leon is like unaffected by the water. It's like the water's like maybe ankle deep. With your perception check, you look around, and for the most part, it's about what I described. It's very, very shallow water in some places. For the most part, though, there's like this sticky tar all on the ground. Bunch of boulders around the place. You see the glowing little luminescence. But the thing that's important now is that you start hearing little grumblings coming from the back of the caverns and like.
Can I take some of the tar-like substance out of the water and fling it onto the wall and then try and set a spark to it to see if it catches fire?
I'll tell you what you can do. Roll initiative.
Roll initiative.
Oh, yes!
I got a 13. Woo!
And I'm gonna move you guys because you're gonna be more about here. So, and Leon's still in the water, but you guys have just come into this little cavern. Okay, I gotta roll initiative myself.
I roll quite a few times.
I just have them share it. Makes life a lot easier.
It does. Just when the monsters all move at once.
Yeah,
Alright,
it's
so
like
we got
almost
13
impossible to do an individual roll for each monster.
My little boggles. Little boggles thing. Uh-oh. They rolled higher than all of you.
Oh, of course they did.
I mean, they rolled a 14. One of you rolled a 13. Okay, it's all the harness. Oh, I gotta roll for Tovrak, or not Tovrak, Leon. Where you at, Leon? 0 initiative, what a champ.
How does he have 0 for initiative?
He rolled a 17, what a Chad, alright.
Because he's our only strength-based character, so he has no dexterity.
Yeah.
Yay.
How did these things get worse? These little things got fucking worse. Right? Nope. You're there. You're there. You're there. Cool. Cool. So it's gonna be Leon who goes first. Great that his first combat action is gonna be in the DM's hands.
You missing it?
That's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, just
he's gonna go ahead. Let's see. He's gonna step forward to 15, 20, 25, 30. He's gonna go right about here, and let's see. He's gonna do. Great, because I have no idea how to play his character, so it's like, oh god.
Paladin? Dude, easy. Run in, smash things. And just dazzle a little bit of light.
Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and I think he should ready an action. Does he have a shield or he just? Yeah, he's a longsword and shield. So he's gonna have his longsword and shield out. He's gonna go ahead and ready an action. He's just gonna stand here for now. Gonna be the Boggle's turn. So let's see, they're gonna go 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15, 20, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 15, 20. We're gonna move you up here. 20, 5, 10, 15, 20. You know, he's gonna go here. Let's see, he's gonna strength check to see if he can climb up. Nope. Nope, he tries to climb up and he falls down on his face on his fat on his face. 20, 10, 15, 20. 10, 15, 20. Alright. So, let's see. This guy tried to climb up on the rock. He fucking failed horribly. He landed face first into the fucking oil. These two and this guy, they're gonna go and try and fling oil at you guys. Though I'm gonna say because of this outcropping, I'm gonna say Tovrak has complete cover, so there's no chance. So this guy's gonna be the only one who actually gets a shot, and you're gonna have 3/4 cover furnished for this.
Oh, meaning
they're gonna have a harder time hitting you.
Gotcha. I figured as much. I just don't know if like I have to roll or do anything.
Essentially, you're gonna have a +5 to your AC for this.
Okay.
So he's gonna roll.
That's why I like the little dice that I put in there, my color, or that's my dancing lights.
Okay. He's gonna throw. He's gonna miss hard, but there's going to be. Let me get my pin. Pretty much right in front of you. There's now a little thicker oil spill that lands right there.
Okay.
These three are gonna go and swing on. Whoa. What's going on here?
Talking dice.
Talking dice being
Talking
weird.
dice.
So these three are gonna go fling shit at Leon. The other two are gonna try and attack him. Which, I mean, it's not likely is gonna happen. Yep, no. Yep, no. Try and see if they can hit. Nope. Wow, these guys suck. Oh, they super suck. Yeah, so these two come over and try and attack Leon. He's gonna go and deflect both of their attacks. This other guy, they try and fling some more oil. They fuck it up as well, but they are gonna get some oil here and here. Leon's gonna go ahead and use his prepared action, and he's gonna. This whole time he's been doing poof poof with his dragon breath, so now he's gonna finally unleash his actual dragon breath. And let's see, it's going to be a con save for these little fuckers. And it's cone. So he'll get 3 of them in there.
That looked like 4 of them for me.
Just the 3.
It's just
the
three.
triangle dice are mine.
I assure you, it's just 3. So one of them is going to save, do half damage on a success, so he's still going to take half damage. Wow. Yeah, so he unleashes his breath of cold. He goes and chillifies 3 of them right in front of him, and he's staying as his little bulwark in front of you. Ernest, it's your turn.
Okay. So let's just go with. Guess we'll just kind of see how the situation is. So, the little oil that's in front of me and everything. So, am I still standing on the raft, or are we actually in the water?
You guys are current. If everyone except for Leon is still on the raft.
Okay. Clearly I can tell that the water's not too deep because Leon's walking in it pretty much. The island, are those rocks like crawling with the little critters, or is it like high? Will that give
These?
us cover? Yeah, if I run over there.
So if they were crawling on them, they would be on top. This is the critter.
Okay.
So
But how big are the rocks? Can I? Would it skew vision like what we're doing right now?
Yeah, it might skew vision because they're probably about as tall as you. These little boglins are tiny little fucking things.
Gotcha.
Like
okay.
these things probably come up like knee high to you.
All right then.
As a matter of fact, let me actually get a picture for you guys. Go ahead and do your turn. I'll get the picture.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, go on.
So they're like what, 2 feet, probably 3 feet tall. At most.
Pretty much, yeah.
Honestly, they look like a foot and a half.
Yeah. Yeah, if that's a skull.
These are ugly.
Yeah,
Shoot, I
ugly
don't know
shit.
how much damage they took, but you know what? I'm going to.
I will be a little more upfront with that. Yeah, so he rolled 3 for his damage.
Gotcha. You know what? I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit, guys. And I actually jump off the raft and I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
And I cast.
Real quick.
Mhm.
So these little oil spills here,
Mhm.
these are actually difficult terrain.
Yeah, that's why I went this way. I
Going.
by it.
Okay, so that's going to be 10 right here.
Oh, is that 10? Okay.
Because diagonal, remember, diagonal's 10.
That's right, we played with 10. So 10, 15, 25. Damn. Yeah, I'll still go right here, 25.
Excellent.
Let's see here. I'm actually still thinking, I think we're going to do 30. Yeah, that should work. Because this ability that I do, Arms of Hadron, is 10 feet around me.
Okay.
The short version, they have to do a strength check. But I invoke the power of Hadron or the Dark Hunger. Dark energy erupts from you and better all creatures within 10 feet of you. Better? B-A-T-T-E-R? Batter? Okay.
Yeah.
Batter all creatures within 10 feet of you. Each creature in this area must make a strength saving throw. On a failed saving throw, it will take 2d6 necrotic damage and can't take reactions until the next turn. On a successful saving throw, the creatures will take half damage and suffer no other effects.
Okay. So real quick, I'm just gonna use your harness figurine here real quick. I'm gonna go and just say executive decision here that you went 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, because that would prevent you to get an opportunity attack here.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
saying that, because otherwise it was like they're gonna. Anyway, so they got him. What's the range on that thing?
10 feet from me.
10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, do I have 5-foot radius, 10-foot radius?
So I think I will be hitting at least these 4 right here.
So again, let's see. This thing's a little whack, but yeah, we'll say this should be at least 2 squares. 2 squares.
Yep, 2 squares.
So So if I centered it on you, let's see. We could do it here in this corner. We could do it on this corner, this corner, this corner. What do you? I mean, I'll probably not one of these because you're not gonna hit anything.
I want to do the one.
So-
Obviously, I'm going to want to do the one that hits the most.
So this one will hit the same 3 that Leon just hit.
Sure.
If you do it on this one, you're going to be hitting 3 as well, but you would also be hitting Leon.
Yeah, no, I don't want to hit Leon.
Yeah, so we're going to do the same 3 that he just hit.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So
Could,
they
if
have
you
to
really
roll
wanted
a
to team
strength
kill.
saving throw.
Okay, what's my DC?
12.
Dope. One succeeded.
Okay. So then let's see. We're going to do damage. Hey, it's pretty good. 8 points of damage. One that succeeded takes half. So 4.
Excellent. So let's see. He would take 1. So excellent. You go and you cast this, and immediately as you do, 2 of these little boggles just go end up deep, and
Sweet beans. With that, I moved my full force of movement. I did that. That's about my turn. Otherwise, I just kind of shift the lights around a little bit, just because, why the fuck not?
I mean, yeah, why not?
Yeah. Oh,
Next up in the order, Genesis.
All right, I've been waiting to do this for a while, except that oil kind of put a wrench in my plans there. So that's rough terrain, right? It takes up 10?
So that takes up double movement.
Shit.
So to move through one of those squares would take 10.
Okay, now I got 30, so we're talking about 2. Okay, I guess that's enough. Fuck it. So 1.
That's 5, 10, 15,
15,
20, 25, 30.
30. Oh, sorry, Bob. Yeah, sorry, Bob.
It's okay. It's okay. I got you.
Cool. Let's get him here, and I am going to cast Firebolt on this motherfucker.
Dope.
All right, let's do this. Let's see. Hit. It's going to be 4, 11.
11 to hit?
Yes.
Does not.
Damn it! How many times can I cast that? One per action?
Once. That's a cantrip. The once.
Damn it.
At higher levels, you can cast 2 bolts at once.
Son of a bitch. Okay, so let's see. I've already moved. That already used up 1 action, right? And I only get 2 per encounter?
You get 1 action per encounter.
Okay. So I just used it up. Well, shit.
Yeah, so you move, use your action. You can use a bonus action if you wish.
All right, where's that?
That's about it.
Where's my bonus actions under? I'm assuming it's still under spells.
Let's see if I can help you. So the quickest way to do it is under actions, and you have all, you can just go to the sub tab and hit bonus actions. The only one you have is 2-weapon fighting. So you pretty much do not have a bonus action.
No. Okay, well, I guess that's my turn then. Yeah,
Correct.
Oh, hey, look at that. I'm gonna start with my bonus action of casting Shillelagh on my hammer.
Excellent.
And then 1, 2, 3.
I won't let you move on this one, so we'll just make it'll be 20 to move.
Oh. That's fine. And then I'm going to hit this one.
Hit him good.
14.
That does hit.
For maximum damage, 11.
Wonderful. Go ahead and finish that one.
Alright, so I walk up to him, and I draw my hammer and cast Shillelagh at the same time, and as I kind of flip it around, I just straight up club him, like I'm at the driving range, and just send him flying.
Cool. You go ahead across the head, right?
Yeah, like uppercut status with the hammer.
Cool. You fucking uppercut status, driving range with this dude. As you connect, his neck goes up and audibly cracks as he gets flown across and lands across the wall. Lands in a little puddle behind.
Feels good to be back.
All right. I'm assuming that's your turn.
Yeah, that's really all I can do.
Rooker.
All right. From where I'm at, can I see that all of these oil slicks are connected together?
Yes, you can see that with his dancing lights, you can see that pretty much right about where Leon, Tovrak, Genesis, where these guys are standing up, it all turns to oil.
All right. I would like to move to this spot here and use my action to spark my tinder on this oil pad.
Okay. Yeah, so you go ahead, use your action, grab out your little tinder box, and you start trying to make a little fire on this thing. Go ahead and make a survival check for me.
14.
14. You go ahead and strike this little thing, and you go and you fucking little, and the whole place starts catching on fire. Let's see. Hello. Yes. So starting from here, pretty much you light this, and so, everybody make a dex saving throw for me.
Oh, I don't like that. Oh, no, wait, wrong. That's the wrong roll. But it would have been so great.
Okay. 22. Shit.
You guys made this so difficult.
I gotta do 9. So let me go to fucking 9.
It's like fucking 9.
I almost feel bad for you, Mark.
Almost.
I'm like, we could have been done with this encounter like 20 minutes ago.
Alright, so he lit everything on fire, huh?
Yup.
You
Yeah.
dick.
I'm guessing that was Rooker?
Yup.
Not me. Hey, man, I avoided the oil. I legit did.
I had a feeling he was the only one that had fire abilities anyway, so.
I just used my Tinder. I didn't even have fire abilities. There's no
I had fire abilities, but even I was just like, well, I'm not going to go near this oil since
Alright,
No.
so.
I don't want to
Are
be
we all
that
dead?
guy.
I'm
Are we all
figuring
done?
it out. I'm figuring it out right now. Give me a second.
dex saving throw, Ryan.
Dex
Yeah,
saving
fuck it.
throw?
Yes, a
yeah, dex saving throw, please.
Uh,
Well-
Fucking hell.
I would like to let you know that I rolled a 9 and I will be dead.
I
You
rolled
are
a
dead.
22, so I'm good.
I mean, I have 7 health, bro. We're level
Bro, I
1
got-
characters.
I know.
You fucked him, man.
I didn't fuck
Oh.
anybody.
Oh,
You just killed us all.
You killed
I
him.
didn't.
oh my god.
Game restart. Oh, God.
Okay, so he's gonna cool.
I don't know why you guys made this
You know,
encounter
actually-
so difficult.
I would like to
I
say.
feel
can
I feel so
hold on,
bad.
Daniel, hold on. I'm on the island. Is the island also covered in oil? I know I walked through it,
Let's see.
but would that potentially save me?
Okay, let's go ahead and look at this. I'll say, like, before saving throw, you take half.
Okay, so how much damage is it?
That's what I'm figuring out.
All right, well I got food in the oven, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
I got food. I gotta go.
That's what I gotta figure out. I'm like, okay, fucking setting oil on
Dude,
fire.
I'd be so salty
is-
right now if I die.
I have an idea already, but I don't really like it.
I don't know why you guys made
I'm-
this encounter so
I
difficult.
think
Fuck
the most
it, I'm
difficult
just-
part for Mark is to be a just god or not.
I mean,
Well, I
Mark,
gotta do it the way that I had intended it. So
Okay.
I'm not with this being thick oil. I'm not expecting you to instantaneously go, whoof.
Well, I've never been burned alive, so I don't know how that would go if I would. I was assuming a lot
I
of
mean,
things
in the
would
first 2 seconds, I expect the spot that I tried to catch on fire to catch fire.
happen.
and that's about as far as it was spread in 2 seconds. I'm not expecting it to be like
that's right, this
gasoline
is,
and go. Woof.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that
it-
would suck.
I'll tell you right now, it's the spots that they threw out is more thick oil, but what you guys are standing on is more of the runny oil that would go. Whew.
Oh shit.
So let's see who saved. Well,
Don't
that's
forget
good.
to roll for Leon.
Oh yeah, he's got a save too. Oh, that's not great.
Oh, that's not great. Oh, that's comforting. I don't like this anymore.
No, he fucked you. I'm gonna wait for Ryan to get back.
Sounds good. Sounds great.
I really don't know why you guys didn't think of this before you ran in to the oil.
I was just
spill.
thinking.
Oh,
I was just thinking
man.
I'd never light anyone on fire. That was my initial thought.
Oh man.
You cast Firebolt. If
Yeah,
you miss,
but I
it's
was
gonna
not-
catch things on fire.
I wasn't gonna miss.
Could have missed.
Could have missed. You could have done it, Daniel. You could have just fucking.
We're now
missed.
looking at the life pool of everyone.
How's that going?
Honestly, like better than I thought.
Yeah,
To be
That's
real with
good.
you,
that's really good to hear.
not great for Ryan, but
You killed him. Fucking killed him.
fuck, dude.
Alright, so originally I was just gonna go for the soda tonight, but I grabbed a beer instead
I
Yeah,
bet
you're gonna need that.
I bet you.
All right.
did.
because I'm dead.
Okay, so so the whole place engulfs into fire. A good portion of these assholes did not save. That being said, so the ones who are dead are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And he's still standing. However, everybody saved except for Ryan. Ryan, since you were on land, you are automatically taking half. So that means everybody's going to be taking 8 fire damage.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm down.
And so poor Ryan is down. Yeah.
No.
Wait. Yeah, I'm down. 8 damage. Because that was half, right? It was originally
That's
16.
half. Yeah, originally it was 16.
Yeah, now I got like 4 HP here. Fuck.
Leon's at 3.
That's all I care about.
All right, cool. So
Leon, you're my carrot for the night.
all right, so Tovrak, you moved up 5 feet. You lit fire. You want to do anything else?
Yeah, you want to launch a grenade by any
Do anything
chance?
else, Ricker?
No, I guess that'll be my turn.
Excellent. Top of the order, Leon. I mean, he's starting his turn in fire, so does he take fire damage?
Make him take fire damage.
I mean, it depends. Is the fire continuous?
Yeah,
Yep, fire
Oh,
damage
dude,
roll.
we're-
1d4, right?
Let's be
I think
generous.
it's
Yeah,
pretty
I'll give you a
good
chance.
1d4.
Let's give you a chance to live.
Fuck.
No.
All right,
Yeah,
he's
Leon's
down. Dope. He's down. Enemies. He's gonna go ahead. He's starting to turn to fire, so he's gonna see what happens to him. Oh, he's dead. No.
Who's next? That would be
All right.
you, right?
Yep, it's you. So make a death save.
Death saving throw. Where I've never used this button before. Where is it at?
I believe it's on your HP bar.
Saving.
I don't know where it is in D&D Beyond, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I've never had to use it before. Oh well, I'm just gonna roll a d20 because that's all I need to roll, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I have any healing spells?
Let's see.
Nope, that's not healing.
Hey, I
Thank-
saved.
Hey, you saved. Excellent.
First success.
Excellent. Cool. So Genesis, your turn. We're gonna have you roll a 1d4. Let's see what you get.
Oh god, I don't want to.
3 fire damage.
How much health did you have?
4.
You're still
Excellent. You're still alive. You can run out.
I'm about to say. I was about to be like, I kind of want to cast Gust to get this shit out of here, but alright. Alright,
You can
run
do
out
whatever
now.
you want. You can do whatever you want.
I don't even know if I'm gonna make it out. Let me see. Am I even gonna make it here? Let's see. Does this even count as rough terrain? Because that's technically all fire now.
I'll say the rough terrain's gone.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
Yeah, I can make it. 1,
Quick,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The exit's over here by me, by the way.
Well then, get out of my way.
Well, that's
I
rude.
shove you out of the way. You motherfucker.
All right.
You guys didn't think of this. Everybody wanted to rush
Tovrak.
in.
Yeah?
Fire damage. 4 fire damage.
Alright, I'm down.
Dope.
Rooker,
You
it's your
killed our
turn.
party.
Oh, by the way, all my lights are out, so the only thing that's illuminating this cave is the fire.
Dope.
There's plenty of fire, apparently. There's
He's like,
plenty
great.
of fire
That's
all
not
over
a
the place.
problem.
All right.
It just yeah. 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 Yeah, Rooker, what do you do?
I'm thinking here a second. Hold on.
It's a torrent of fire.
Could at least
Yeah.
just like finish us quickly, you know. Be a kind and
Just
merciful.
gonna keep adding
murderer.
fire.
Just be a kind and gentle god.
No, we're beyond that.
I mean, I think we should have some kind of extra save because we literally just came through a waterfall and we are soaking wet.
It's much too late for that.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Nah.
It doesn't work that way, buddy.
Apparently,
You literally just like basically setting all that oil on fire. You know, fire plus oil, big boom. You basically just cast a fucking fireball inside this entire room. So even if it wasn't the fact of, oh, you guys are slightly damp, a giant explosion just erupted from everybody's feet.
all I'm saying is that yes, lighting it on fire and burning everything is a great idea. Except your entire teammates went out first and you were the last one go, and you still decided to burn everyone. That
You
is
could have told us
that
not
is
to
called
go
a-
to be.
That's called a fucked up play, bro. If we were
I
like, if
didn't
we were
think
still
it
level
was gonna
10,
Poof.
yeah, no, if
Everything.
no.
He
If
said it
we-
was
if we were all
oil,
level
not
10,
gasoline.
if we were level 10, it would be a different story because we have a better chance of surviving. But we are level fucking what?
We're level fucking 1.
Right, we are level 1 versus what was there? 9 boggles?
Yeah, but we're able to take them out incredibly easily.
I mean,
We
I
breathe on them, they
I
die.
killed, what, 2? With 1 attack? Yeah, anyways. So, are you gonna save us or are you dipping?
I will
Honestly, how
run
can he
in.
even save you?
to
How can
here.
he save
Can
you?
I
I wanna
grab-
know.
Can you hush a minute? From here, can I grab Tovrak?
You are gonna, because he's on fire. You're gonna be taking 1d4 fire damage. But yes, you can make a strength check to go and grab him and drag him out.
Okay, I will do that. Strength is 15.
That passes.
I will drag Tovrak out. Because that was the closest one.
Excellent. That's your turn, I assume.
Oh yeah, I'm out of movement. I wouldn't be able
Oh.
to grab anybody else.
Let's see, Leon, death saving throw.
Death saving throw. Will Leon save our other teammate?
God, it's like pecking order all over again.
Boom. That's a failure. I'll be so mad if he fucking dies and he's not even here to like answer for it.
What was
Ernest.
my damage for that, Mark?
Oh, sorry, 1d4.
1.
Of course it's 1 when it's you.
That's not good.
Ernest, what'd you get, buddy?
I got a fail.
That isn't good. You're right. Genesis.
I honestly don't even know what I can do to save you. Like, I'm looking at my spells here, and I'm like, maybe if I shoot a gust of wind, but no, air, I'd be feeding the fire. So I'm like, well, shit.
I
Well, the
mean,
math
you might be.
red
Able...
spell this thing. I mean, let's see. I got.
Hold on,
magic
hold on,
missile
hold on, hold on,
shield.
hold on, hold on.
Go
Would he
ahead.
be able? Because this is so shallow. Would he be able to gust a wind and make like a dry path here?
Yeah, could I do that?
I was reading Gust when you said it. So, when a medium or smaller creature that you choose must succeed on a saving throw, be pushed up to 5 feet away. You create a small blast of air capable of moving one object that is neither held nor carried and weighs no more than 5 pounds. The object is pushed away for 10 feet from you. It isn't pushed with enough force to cause damage. Harmless sensory effect using air, blah blah blah. So that second one, if you're able to if you're able to cause enough wind to push a like 5-pound object 10 feet,
Yeah.
that does sound like something to me that should be able to extinguish fire.
Okay.
So maybe not necessarily extinguish fire, but at least have enough force to kind of push.
Push the flames out of the way, so it maybe just
Well, I'm
raw
thinking,
oil
like-
that's there.
I'm thinking like he could push the oil out of the way. It's still caught on fire, but then the oil would want to still fill in the empty space.
I mean, yeah. So it'd have to be like, this is a span of 2 seconds. Yeah, it'd pretty much just be like, poof,
I will
spread out,
say
and then
say
push
right
back
now,
in.
I will say right now, purely based on the situation, yes, it can go and extinguish flame.
Okay, cool. Now how much? How high do I have to roll to like say extinguish an entire cave? Lol.
I'll just let you do it.
Okay, thank you. All right. Let's see. So I'll cast Gust then. Range is like 30 feet. Okay. No. Question: who's even still alive here? Hernus died. You dead, right, buddy?
Well, so whenever they hit down to 0 HP,
Yeah.
they're unconscious and they're on the brink of death.
Okay, so we can.
So
still
they need
save
to
him,
make
okay.
saving throws in order to see if they die or if they're okay. So technically, these guys are unconscious. You should probably pull them out of the flames. And then
Well-
if you guys have any healing capabilities, probably best to go and like try and if you automatically heal them, then they automatically pop right back up.
Okay, so
I
here's the plan, then.
believe
I'm
you
gonna
can also
gust
do
to
medicine
extinguish the
checks
flame
to.
here and then pull them out.
Sure.
Because I've got 1 HP, so if I step in there, I'm dead. Either way.
So
And
it's
then
going to be
no
an
one's
action to
dead.
go and cast the gust.
Okay.
And then you can move, but it's going to be another action to grab and then move back.
Shit. Well, the fire will be
So
extinguished.
you're going to be able,
unless
in
it's
one
not
turn,
right.
you can extinguish the flames, and then the next turn you can go in there and start grabbing people.
Okay. In that case, I'm dead. So I'm going to cast Gust here. What do I got to roll? Because I don't see a math multiplier here for that. It says Strength for 12. Strength? What?
No, that's for their save.
Okay. So just roll a d20 then?
I'm just like I said, I'm just gonna let you cast it because in this sense you're not doing it against an object, you're doing it against the flames. So if you pick a straight line, and I'll let you extinguish the flames in that straight line.
Okay.
So if you've got a spell slot somewhere, is that? Do you need a spell slot for that, Mark?
It's a cantrip.
Okay, never mind then. It's even better. Cantrip that shit, cast it, and that'll be your turn.
Okay. I'll cast through this line then here.
Sure.
And cast. Clap my hands and a big gust of wind shoots out.
Do. Let's do that.
I'm gonna save you, Ryan.
He's still.
Okay, I'm gonna move up, get him. Yeah, and that's gonna be my turn, I guess.
Then I will run in, grab Leon. Oh, fuck me, that's an 8.
And oh, you rolled an 8 to grab
To
Leon.
grab Leon to try and yank him out.
Yeah, he's a hefty boy. You're gonna need more than an 8.
Yeah, I figured. That's your turn, Genesis. Grab Ryan.
Oh,
Roll a
it's my turn.
strength check.
Okay.
Hold on.
Wait, stop.
wait.
Who's in charge of the game, Rob?
Oh.
I guess it was Rob.
We have to do saving throws for everyone else.
Yeah. So that was Genesis. Tovrak needs to do. She's still over here unconscious, so Tovrak still needs to do saving throws.
Eight. Pretty sure that's a fail.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Rooker, you already ran in there and tried to grab someone. It's gonna be Leon's turn. Leon's gonna try and do a saving throw. He failed.
I'm assuming my turn now.
Yes, it'll be your turn.
Oh goody, another fail.
Okay, Genesis, it is your turn.
Okay. Now I will grab him. So strength check.
I'm gonna try and do like some DM intervention here a little bit. Since he's not in the flames right now, I would maybe recommend trying to stabilize him first.
Okay. So I take out my emergency provisions here, and I check him over, look for his pulse, on some cream to burn out to, help his burns. Wrap him up. Patch any potential blood and blisters that are obviously coming off his skin because he's boiling and probably got 3rd-degree burns here. What do I roll to stabilize him?
I'm just figuring it out.
Okay.
I thought it was like a.
Medicine?
I actually don't remember if it's even a check.
I don't. Well, that's the thing. So
Typically, when this happens, my cleric instincts just kick in. I just prevent people from doing this shit.
well,
You're like, but I'm not a cleric anymore.
But I'm not a cleric right now, so.
Ah, that's funny.
I'm trying to figure it. Like, I'm looking to see if there's a way that you can actually stabilize them.
I'm actually just remembering fucking Baldur's Gate. I know there's an action that you can help them. I just don't know you have to make them roll for it, or if they just do it. Like help with.
Okay, here it is. So stabilizing a creature. The best way to save a creature with 0 hit points is to heal it. Healing it is unavailable. You can at least stabilize that it isn't killed by a failed death saving throw. You can use your action to administer first aid to an unconscious creature and attempt to stabilize it, which requires a successful DC 10 Wisdom medicine check.
Okay, so it is medicine check.
Okay.
So you have to roll a 10 medicine check to stabilize.
All right. Part of the
Ernest.
dice. Ready? Here we go. 22, motherfucker!
Ah, damn.
Hot damn! Yay, Harnish! You don't have to roll death saving throws anymore. He is successfully stabilized.
And that was my entire action, right? Or can I still pull him?
That is an action.
Okay, so I can't pull him. Shit. All right, I'm stabilizing your butt, buddy. Wrapping you up.
But
Putting
buddy,
some cream on your burn.
I heard it too. Yeah. Not gonna say anything, but yes.
all right.
Thank you.
This makes it Tovrak's turn. Tovrak, you're still unconscious, so you still need to make death saving throws.
It's getting dicey over here.
And I was like coming over here to look and see how many death saving throws you have, but you haven't changed it on your character sheet.
Yeah, I have.
Or maybe I have to reload it. Don't
Yeah,
I?
you have to refresh the page.
There it is. Okay, yep, she's got one more to go. Rooker, it's your turn.
I would like to grab Leon this time. Again.
Okay.
It's going to be a 12.
Sure, that succeeds.
I will drag him to the door. Get him out of the fire.
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
so I can't.
Well, he's still unconscious. Well, that's your turn, so you use an action
Yeah.
to pick him up and move him. He's still unconscious, so he's still going to do a death saving throw. And he's currently on 2 fails, no successes. Holy shit, that's a success. My balls went up to my stomach when I did that. Alright, Ernest, you're unconscious, but you don't have to make death saving throws anymore.
Yeah, so I lay here.
Yep, you lay there. Genesis,
Oh,
your
I
turn.
lay here.
Genesis, your turn.
All right, now I will grab you and drag you to safety.
Strength check.
Strength check. Come on, strength. 9.
He's a little guy. Yeah, I'll allow that.
Okay, cool.
If I allowed a 13 for Leon, then surely a 9 would work for Ernest.
Eh.
Okay.
Gotcha, buddy. You're gonna be alright. You're gonna be just fine.
My butthole's gonna pucker as I go and say, Tolrak, it is your turn.
Can you fucking hear my heart beating through the microphone right now?
I'm sure your heart's beating. Mine's in my
Oh,
gut right
fucking finally. I got a 15.
now. Hey. Thank Christ.
If Tovrak actually dies, physical harm may come to the one that lit this goddamn cave on fire.
Speaking of which, Rooker, it's your turn.
And bro, she's in driving distance, so
Yeah, there you go, right?
I'm trying to think here. She saved this turn, but Leon's gonna come up. If I stabilize Leon, that will give Genesis a chance to stabilize Tovrak before she has to roll again, correct?
Yes.
So then I will try and stabilize Leon.
Okay.
Are you fucking kidding?
Yeah, 4 doesn't do it.
That'd be a 4.
Holy shit. Okay. He's on 2 successes, 2 failures. Ernest, you're still catatonic. Genesis.
Alright, I'm gonna go stabilize my other buddy, you know? Yeah. Alright, so medicine check, right?
Yep. Medicine 10's your
Alright.
DC.
Alright, come on. Yes!
Boom.
There you go.
Oh, yes!
Tovrak, you're good to go.
Woo! What do I come back at? Like just 1 hit point?
No,
Nope,
you're
they're
0.
unconscious.
You just don't
Yes.
have to make saving throws anymore. So Tovrak, skip you. You're stabilized. You don't have to make any more rolls. Rooker, it's your turn again.
I will try and stabilize
And be
Leon
like-
again.
Breathe, you motherfucker!
Starts pounding on his chest.
14!
Leon is stabilized. All right. You go and you resuscitate Leon. You look over and see the Genesis had just finished with Tovrak. And you two look over your 3 companions that are completely unconscious right now. Flames, the heat still raging in your face from the fire from within the cave. And it's currently just you two with your 3 unconscious companions.
Oh, God.
What do
Did
you
the
do?
raft burn up in there?
I don't know. See how lucky you are.
Or did it get... Because I thought we stopped it back here at the door.
You guys, like I said before, you guys stopped the raft was stopped by the oil. So the front part of it is actually caught in the flames and charred, so there is damage to the raft.
Okay.
Well, luckily I have a spell called Mending, so I can fix it.
You go ahead and with your knowledge, you think back to your teacher, and the first time you're casting this spell, you go and cast it over the raft, and sure enough, mend it back anew.
Nice, Daniel.
I see. I knew it was a good idea to pick that spell when I was making this person.
All right. So Genesis, let's throw their bodies on the raft. Get them out of here and see if we can find a
Yeah.
spot. Well, yeah, what I mean. I didn't mean throw them literally.
Oh,
And
God.
see if we can find a spot in the woods where we can set up a small camp while one of us runs back to town for some med kit.
Yeah, let's do that. All right. So, all right, gonna put you on the raft right here. Gonna put you on the raft right here. And God, your wingspan.
We would like to put them on the raft and walk out with them and dock back here and see if there's a little spot in these woods that we can set up a small camp, semi-hidden, where I was already looking for the extra poles.
I mean, we could, yeah. If we want to camp right here, or do we want to camp over here?
Well, we wouldn't want to camp out in the open.
There's
We'd
trees
want
right
some
here.
kind of tree cover.
Alright, so you want to camp right here? Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and pick them up. And we're rowing.
You
and we're
guys go
rowing,
ahead
we're
and-
rowing.
It's much easier going with the flow of the river, and whenever you guys come to this part, you kind of just kick off the rocks and push a little bit and land right where you found the raft before.
Cool. And now we're going to uniformly carry them individually over, but for the sake of
Yep.
expediency, we're going to put them all right here under the trees where they get a nice little bit of shade.
Cool.
Because
You
Lord
go
knows they
ahead
don't
and
wanna deal with any more
individually you individually drag them up into the cover of the woods nearby and go and rest and try and like prop them up and make them as comfortable as possible.
heat.
Now, I have a question. For the unconscious people, would you allow us to use our short rest die to make ourselves pop out of being unconscious, or would you like us to do a full long rest? Because the short rest, we do technically get health back on short rest by using dice.
I'll say that yeah, if they go and like tend to you and like you know blah blah blah, sure, I'll allow you guys to do a short rest to go and
Well,
spend your hit die.
Yeah.
before we do that, Mark, how long did it take us to get here? We like an hour away from the
Mhm.
inn.
You guys are probably close to about an hour away from the inn right now.
Okay.
All right, well, I volunteer to stay behind and watch over our companions then, and you can go get the medicine.
While we're doing a short rest, I'll run back to the inn and I'll look at Daniel and give me your gold.
Squeeze me.
You heard me. Give me your gold.
How about no? I've only got like 2 gold to begin with.
I will go back to the inn then and see if I can procure some health potion.
Okay. Okay, so Rooker goes and he runs off. Genesis, you go and you start tending to everybody, even though you're not in a great shape yourself, but you go ahead and you start tending to everybody.
I'm the only one that can move, so yeah. I have
Pretty
no
much.
choice.
You're limping around as you're trying to tend to your friends, but you're still able to move. And I will say everybody can go ahead and do a short rest, which means you guys can do a hit die.
So 26 plus 1. Oh damn. I'm back to full
Oh
health.
my god, the luck.
Wow, I'm a better doctor than I thought.
Lol.
You're back to full health.
Well, 7 points.
So, let's see, yeah. This also goes for you, Genesis. Rooker's gone running, so he's not taking a short rest.
Mm-hmm.
And then I gotta do one for Leon as well. So he rolls a 1d10. That's going to be 7 plus 1. There you go. So, Tolrak, Ernest, you guys start coming to. The last thing that you remember before you were knocked unconscious, well, Ernest, you were out initially, but Tolrak, you took some fire damage right before you went down.
Yeah, that's totally new to me. I don't know what taking fire damage is.
Yeah, so Ernest, the last thing you remember was just there was an engulfing flame. You basically blew up, and then next thing you know is that you see yourself underneath this tree outside of the cave. Tolrak, you saw the initial explosion. You got hurt real bad. Let me go ahead and have you do a history check for me.
Seven.
During the initial explosion, it was a little, just because of the chaos of what happened, you're not quite sure exactly what happened. You know that the engulfing flames was enough to take you out, though.
I kind of aroused. I'm like, oh, what? Genesis?
Hey, buddy.
What?
God, I'm glad to see you're conscious again.
Oh, what happened?
God. Honestly, I'm trying very hard not to place blame here, but in short, Rooker blew us all up, and we had to drag the rest of you out of there. The only ones who were actually didn't collapse from the explosion were myself and Rooker, so we had to put out some of the fire and drag each of you back, stabilize you.
Whoa, hold on. Rooker did what? And I look to Torbek and Leon to see if they're up or are they doing all right.
Leon is basically like he's resting still. He's still very much asleep. He's not unconscious, but he's like he's propped up against a tree with his arms crossed, sleeping.
Gotcha. And I look over at Torbek, are you all right?
I hate him so fucking much.
Yeah, sorry there, buddy. You were the first one to collapse, so
Oh God, what?
Rooker over here, Tovrak over here was like the last one to go down, so he knows exactly what went down.
Did we get them all at least?
Well, that is probably the only good thing that came out of this.
Oh God.
On the plus side, they all died at once. On the downside, you're all half dead yourselves.
And with that, I get up and I start rearranging myself and I start lazily checking myself, kind of seeing like how badly I was burned, look at the state of my clothes, and just kind of just like overall just do a once over on myself.
Pretty much anything that was cloth in there is either heavily stained in oil or singed like a motherfucker.
Gotcha.
How scarred is he?
I get up and I walk over to Genesis I don't say anything. I just motion at him like that little, like the little finger thing you do that's like, come here, to have him lean closer to me.
Yeah, what's up?
And I act like I'm going to slap him. Instead, I stop myself just before I reach his face. And I do 5 points of healing damage to him with Cure Wounds.
Oh, thank God. I was like, why would you slap me? I patched you up.
You are still the FNG and therefore deserving of much torture.
FNG.
But,
So 5 points?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'll start off by saying thank you, Genesis, for saving us.
I will say, by the way, realistically, you guys should all have like 3rd-degree burns and like terribly, terribly scarred.
I mean,
but I'm not doing
yeah, they
I
really
was gonna
should
say,
be.
I was gonna say, I want to say that I got hit by the explosion and I fell down and hit my head.
I
Yeah.
was actually, Mark, like, no joke, I was waiting for you to say something like, well, realistically, you should have been scarred up to hell, but because of Genesis's badass 20 rolls, he was able to
Yeah, his
get rid of
20
your
medicine,
scars.
his 20 medicine check was able to go and
Pretty legendary.
fucking just cure scars.
Yeah,
like, cure
basically, right?
burns and shit. Yeah.
Well,
That's
I mean,
So
funny.
in
good
the
at
end, now that I think about it, Tobrak, you just did Cure Wounds. What are you again?
Druid?
You could probably Cure Wounds and get rid of your scars if you wanted to.
I probably could.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Now that,
Um,
yeah, now that you're up, you can be the medic. And thank you for giving me that. I've been feeling pretty sore myself.
Well,
After
does Leon still need healing?
Uh,
I mean, he's
He's
just
asleep.
laying there.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I guess it wouldn't be. If you know something about it now, I wouldn't mind if you just checked us all, to be honest.
I only have,
Just to
I can
make
only
sure.
cast it twice, so I'm gonna go do Cure Wounds on Leon, since you and I both did the short rest and got full heals out of it.
he
What?
also got a short rest.
Oh.
I was just saying character, just, you know, you are the one with the most doctor. But yeah, okay. After a few minutes, I get myself up and I walk over to the river, and I start taking some of my clothes off and trying to wash my clothes.
Where you do cure wounds to Leon, and you can still see how he was a little banged up and worse for wear. As you go and you cast cure wounds, you see that he's pretty much as good as new. But he is still asleep, so he's not going to respond.
We're still doing the spell slots thing, so I can't really cast additional of Cure Wounds, right?
You're still what?
We're still using spell slots, so I can no
Yes.
longer cast more, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
And then Leon goes to clean up. Not Leon. Hernus goes to clean up at the river. Leon's asleep. Tovrik, you just used your last spell slot for cure wounds. What do you do? I'll let you think about it for a second.
I'm gonna go sit over here in the shady rocks and think about what I wish to do to Rooker when he returns.
In Genesis, what do you do?
I am going to collapse from sheer exhaustion because I have been taking healing up everybody, and with the cure wounds, I may be able to take that edge off. So now I'm just going to collapse from exhaustion and be like, okay, now that you guys can walk around and stuff, let me just lay down here and be like,
All right.
basically.
How long does it take to kind of clean my clothes?
Well, I mean, it's oil, and
That shit don't come out.
it's partially gone because partially the clothing's gone because of the fires.
Yeah.
So you can clean them up and kind of revigorate them a little bit, but they're still going to be stained and they're still going to have a bunch of fire
Okay.
damage on it.
Well, I
Ryan,
I
still gonna feel
spend
nasty.
yeah I spend a good, I don't know, I guess 10 minutes. We'll just say 10 minutes doing all my clothes just to see what I can do, the best I can.
There's some slight improvement, but not a whole lot.
Right. While I'm doing that, though, I am taking a moment to take in my surroundings. Just kind of perception check. No, actually, I want to do an Arcana check around my surroundings.
Okay.
Got a 19.
In this general area, you get some sense of magic out of the cave that you were just in. You also get some slight sense of magic a little further out, maybe past the river, up and behind the rocks.
So with that, once I'm done, I kind of, wring out my clothes, kind of roughly put, most on. Some of them, it's like sling it over my shoulder, and I kind of walk back over here. Actually, and did I notice that the boat isn't damaged?
I mean, you're doing an Arcana check, but it doesn't take much to go and notice it. So sure, I'll say you notice it.
Okay. So with that, I walk over here. I come to Genesis, kind of sit down on the tree. I'm like, I noticed the boat wasn't damaged. What happened there?
Oh yeah, apparently one of the spells that I know since we came here was mend. So I was able to so while it did take some fire damage from that little excursion there, I was able to instantly repair it.
How extensive does this spell do? Do you know? Is it just?
Well,
And I kind of look at my clothes and like, you think you can fix this?
let me think. Actually, yeah. Actually, now I think about it, I can fix all our clothes.
Well, if you wouldn't mind.
So DM intervention here. It is a cantrip, so it's going to be like piece by piece. But yes, you can actually use mend to go and like repair a sleeve if it's like, because you're restricted by a foot by foot square, so like a cube, like a foot in all dimensions cube. So you're restricted to that much space, but you can go and cast it over and over again. Granted, there are limitations to it. So say if like an entire bridge is out, you can't mend a bridge.
Yeah,
Stuff like that. But you can actually go with a mix of mending on his clothes to repair the singed shit, along with prestidigitation to go and clean the oil spills. You can actually make them look brand new.
So basically, how it's gonna work is I'm gonna put my hand over you whenever I put my hand over, it's getting mended, since it's a limited space at a time.
That's fine. Here, actually, I take off like my shirt and I kind of put it in a bundle, and I kind of put it on the ground. Do what you got to do, bro.
Okay. I've clapped my hands together. See little sparks coming off. I put my left hand over and wave my hand over as close as I can, and cast my mend spell.
Yeah. And as he's doing that, I kind of loudly kind of say to him and Leon, who's kind of just sitting there, I'm like, I think there's more of them out there, by the way. The little boggers.
Honestly, I kind of hope not after that little excursion.
Yeah, but
around?
I was kind of standing at the edge of the river, and I noticed another presence. And it looks like there might have been another waterfall, so I don't know how thorough we want to be, but I want to make sure that we do this deal right so that we can get the information without any problems, you know what I'm saying?
Cool, and how about next time we don't use fire?
Agreed.
Actually,
or if we do,
realistically speaking, let's see if there's even oil in the water beforehand.
How about this? Next time, why don't we all just, one person light it while the rest of us sit and watch?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
We'll do that. Or let's also say if we have a plan for this stuff, let's communicate to the rest of the group before we enact the plan.
Yes. And with that also, as he's kind of fixing my clothes and everything, I see Torvak, and I kind of raise my voice. I'm like, Torvak, I think there might be more. We might have to go back in the water and check a waterfall.
Let's do it without the fucking fuckhead that blew us all up. And I get up and start walking over.
Yeah.
Hey, Tovrak, you want me to fix your stuff too?
I kind of look down at myself. Can I go?
You-
Actually,
you got a
yes, I
little
would appreciate that.
All right, just take whatever you need fixed up, put it in a bundle, and hand it to me. I just finished
I
up
do
yours.
that.
Next batch, please.
Yep.
All right.
And
So you go through
forever how
and you
long
go.
it takes.
Yeah, you go through and you prestidigitate and start mending everybody and cleaning everybody all up and getting everything repaired.
I lucked out when I picked out these spells.
I'm
I was
gonna
like,
say
"Oh, this sounds
probably at
useful."
this point you guys have been spending enough time. I'm gonna go to Rooker, who has been running this whole time. So, Rooker, you know that you're about an hour away from the tavern. You don't have a map per se, but you just went through this path. So I'm gonna have you do a survival check with advantage to see if you remember exactly the way to get back to the tavern.
Oh my
I'm
god, if
8.
you get lost, bro.
Since you're not saying anything, let me go see what you
An
rolled.
8? Can you not hear me?
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
know.
hear you say 8. Yeah, you start running through, and you keep running, and you're like frantically running, and you don't start seeing the tree. You keep running, and you're like, oh shit, wait, and you realize that at this point you should have run into the tree by now.
I will. Can I turn around and follow my footsteps back to the camp where I just ran from?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and say that you can do the survival check again, with advantage.
Nat 20.
Yeah, that's enough. You go ahead and you're like, okay, shit. And so you go and you kind of turn around and you run exactly back the way that you came. At this point, everybody is starting to finish up being mended and repaired when Rooker starts returning back to camp.
Do we all notice him as he's coming back?
I mean, you guys are kind of just standing there and kind of taking in the scenery, not really doing much. So I would say, yeah, you would see Rooker coming up to the encampment from a distance.
Don't say anything.
I draw my hammer.
I draw my hammer. I go, hey, everybody's conscious now.
Awesome. I tried to go back to town, but I got lost because somebody else has the map.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, we didn't think of that. Shit.
Kind of just shake my head. I look at Jess. I'm like, you know, if it wasn't the fact that you took care of us, dude. Sometimes, buddy.
Yeah? You're welcome. I'm glad I'm some use to you.
Isn't the map probably burned up now and destroyed?
That's a good point. It probably is.
Yeah, that's what mending's so great about.
If there's a sliver of it, yeah, I could probably fix it.
I mean, it was probably
Yeah,
in her
you go-
backpack, and her backpack didn't burn up completely, so
All right,
I'm
well,
sure
let's
it's
check,
there.
let's check your backpack, see if it's in great condition, or if it's bad condition, I can fix
Yeah.
it.
Your backpack is a little singed, but overall it's actually fine. You go into your backpack and find the paper perfectly fine.
Oh, good. Here, let me just fix your backpack. I put my hand over it and
I'm just gonna assume that you fix everybody's shit.
okay.
Oh, he was.
I'm sorry. We can't do a montage of you fixing everything.
Shopping montage.
Fucking, I can fix it.
Easy there. Easy. Alright, well. I don't acknowledge Rooker.
I don't. You don't acknowledge him, huh?
Can I?
Him and I have the most beef with each other, and yet I'm the one acknowledging him. That's ridiculous.
I just stare. It's like the 1,000-yard stare, but it's also like an MG240 kind of stare.
You know what I think?
So
I think we're gonna go and like as Rooker is approaching camp again. That's where we're gonna end our session.
okay. How do you feel about that, Mark?
We're just gonna stop right here. Just